high school football as they host the first district game of the 2006 season as Jim Ledford and the 3-0 Berkner Rams stampede into town. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Tokar coming to you from Pirate Stadium for another exciting North Texas high school football game on Time Warner Cable Sports. And once again, with that magical hue of color commentary, is Herman Graham Chapman. How's it going, Herman?
It's going great, Jeff, and you're right. The population explosion is obvious in Wylie. They have a great new facility here. It's beautiful. They are moving up to a new classification, 5A. They've been in the playoffs several years in a row down in the 4A classification. So we'll see tonight if they're ready for the number 3 ranked team in the area, the Berkner Rams.
Both of these teams were off last week, but if we take a look at what they did 2 weeks ago, Berkner beat Jesuit over at the Jesuit home stadium 21-14, and then Wylie lost to Hebron 23-20. Let's take a look at some of the team leaders on both sides of the field tonight.
Well, for the Berkner Rams, Justin Johnson is one of the top players in the area. He's headed to Baylor next year. He's had 48 rushing attempts for 322 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's also the quarterback. He's the thrower. Not a great pass completion ratio, 9 out of 24 for 125 yards, 3 touchdowns, but just enough. And also receiving, the leading receiver is Jones, 3 receptions for 3 touchdowns. And Justin Johnson, again, leading the team with 5 touchdowns for 30 points. And the team leaders for the Wylie Pirates are Woodall, who has 47 rushing attempts for 199 yards. Passing is Patrick Witt, the transfer from Georgia, who is a big-time football player, already committed to Nebraska. 42 out of 74 for 473 yards, 4 touchdowns. Leading receiver is Naley with 9 receptions for 166 yards. The leading scorer, O'Quinn, 2 touchdowns, 12 points.
That's what the team leaders look like. We'll be talking about some of the keys to the game in a minute, but some of the team statistics as we look at offense and defense is going to be important. Now, with the Johnson brothers, that's a formidable offense. They've, as a team, rushed for 1,050 yards in 3 games so far, passing only 133 yards. They average 394.3 per game. That passing statistic is going to be one of the key factors for the Rams tonight. Team defense, they've only allowed 324 yards rushing against them, 318 in the air, an average of 214 per game. And again, I think passing on defense will be a key for Berkner tonight to contain the Wylie Pirates because they'll be throwing the ball a lot tonight.
Exactly. And as far as the offense for Wylie, again, we have the big guy, Patrick Witt, the quarterback, leading the offense. There's 311 yards rushing, 430 yards passing, average 250 yards a game. Which is a pretty prolific offense, but the Berkner Rams have a great defense. On defense, Wylie has given up quite a bit of rushing yards, which will be a concern for Coach Howard tonight. 455 yards on the ground, 479 yards in the air. They've given up an average of 311 yards per game. Not the greatest defensive yardage-wise, but they're at home, and we'll see what they can do.
Team scoring, the average points for the Rams is 28.3 per game. They've only allowed 11.3. On the other side of the field for the Pirates, you've got 18.3 average score per game and only 20.6 allowed. Now, that's only in the first 3 games of the season. Let's take a look at District 9 5A. Berkner up on top, 3-0 overall, but none of those games, they count as the overall record. But tonight is when we get into district play and they really begin to count. Of course, you see Allen, Plano East, Plano all at 2-1. Plano West at 1-2, along with Wylie, and then surprisingly, Lake Highlands down there at 0-3, and Richardson at 0-3. But everything starts anew tonight. Now, I mentioned keys to the game. What are going to be some of the keys to the game for Berkner?
Well, for Berkner, it's their ball control offense with Justin Johnson, Josh Johnson, the Johnson brothers running the ball. They have to maintain the ball, control the clock. That rushing attack allows them to do that. They're very prolific, very strong runners, both of them. On defense, they have to defend all the receivers. The Wylie Pirates come out in a spread offense. Sometimes that's really hard for the defense to focus on, especially if you're practicing against a rush offense all the time. So they'll have to defend all the receivers because Patrick Witt spreads the ball around.
Now, some of the key for the Wylie Pirates tonight is, number one, offense. They're going to have to spread the ball around, and they're going to have to, of course, get touchdowns. But in that volatile spread offense, they usually go with a no huddle. The players have wrist cards. They get the play called in from the sideline, and here they go. And it'll be tough for the Richardson-Berkner defense to shut down that passing game tonight. Now on defense for the Pirates, they've got to force the Rams into a passing situation, and that's going to be a key for the Rams in the game success tonight. The Rams are not known to be a great passing team. They're a great triple offense team. They've been sluggish in their passing game, but tonight the Rams are going to have to balance that attack against Wylie.
Exactly, and the talent that the Berkner Rams have, we saw it last year. They got deep into the playoffs. That's a prolific rushing attack. Usually you see teams adjust to that, but with the talent that they have, the Johnson brothers and the other backs they have are actually really prolific running the football. So it'll be an exciting game for both sides.
All right, here's the starting lineups for tonight on offense. You'll have McPhail, Majuzikovic, Underbrink, Liberius, and Bosey on the line for the Rams. And then in the backfield of defense, you'll have, offense, you'll have Justin Johnson at quarterback, then Jones, McCarthy, Thomas, Phillips, and his brother Josh Johnson, the junior, at fullback.
And for the Wylie Pirates on defense, it's Kilman, Whitlock, Kramer, and Tarver on the defensive line. The linebackers are Dulaney, Mitchum, and Fitz. The secondary for the Wylie Pirates are Bennett, Marshall, Kirkland, and Thigpen. The offensive
there you go.
The offensive starting lineup for the Wylie Pirates: Clemens, Huddleston, Strahl, Coffey, and Anderson across the offensive line. The skill players at quarterback, who we've mentioned: Patrick Witt, Duvall, Nally, O'Quinn, Atwell, and Woodall.
On defense for the Rams, down on the line you have Martinez, Pankey, Campbell, who is hoping to go to Oklahoma State, had committed to Baylor but withdrew it. He just said it was a quick decision. He'd like to go to Oklahoma State. We'll talk about that more later. And then Lucio. The defensive backs and the backers will be Green, Elam Ray, and Payton. And then deep in the secondary, we'll have Ferguson, Redmond, Logan, and Trust. And that's the starting lineups for the Pirates and the Rams as we get ready to kick off the first district game of District 9 5A. A lot of the pregame festivities underway. It's homecoming tonight for the Wylie Pirates, so a lot of extra activity going on. Don't go away. There's going to be a lot of good high school football action coming your way. Here from Wylie, Texas, as the Rams meet the Pirates. We'll be back right here on Time.
There's a place where a total stranger will give their blood to save your life. A place where someone you never knew will save your child from drowning. Where someone will give you food and shelter after a flood. That place is called America. Where we look out for each other. When you help the American Red Cross, you help America.
And what a beautiful choral rendition we had here. Welcome back to Pirate Stadium, where the Wylie High School Pirates host the Berkner Rams. And that choral rendition of our America's national anthem kicks off the beginning of the game here this evening. What a beautiful night here in North Texas. It's picture perfect for high school football. It's clear out tonight. The temperature's 89 degrees. The humidity's 29%. And the winds are mild out of the south at 10 miles per hour. And this is kind of different for us, Herman. We're kind of on a mezzanine where the wind's blowing, it's cool, and it just puts you in the spirit of high school football.
Right. We are out in Mother Nature, and does give you a better feel for the game. You understand the conditions, what's going on the field. This opening night for District 9 5A, a tough district for both of these teams. We could see both of them make the playoffs. There are 4 opportunities for them to make the playoffs this year. So we could see, these 2 teams make the playoffs later this year.
Let's take a look at the officials for tonight's game. The referee will be Michael Drybreed, the umpire Russ Hendricks, linesman Kevin Stevenson, The line judge will be Derek Smith and the back judge, Kevin Kelly. The Rams will receive to open up the game tonight. They're in their visiting white jerseys with green pants. They'll be moving from left to right on your screen. And then, of course, the Wylie Pirates in their maroon and black. And here is the opening kickoff. And it is fielded by number 86 of the Rams. And he brings it out to, or close to, the 40-yard line. And that'll be Jimmy McCarthy on the reception. And this will be the 1st and 10 play. The beginning of the game, the beginning of District 9 5A, when it really starts to count in high school football tonight.
Right, that was kind of a pooch kick. There is a pretty strong wind. You look at the flags in the north end zone there, they're pretty stiff, so it's a pretty strong wind, and I don't know if the wind got that. He just wanted to squib that, but really good field position for the Berkner Rams starting the game.
Justin Johnson, the quarterback, his brother Josh in the background with him. And Justin will carry on the first play, and he gains about 5 yards on the carry before he is brought down by number 22, Daniel Jordan of the Pirates.
Yeah, we saw this offense last year. It's very prolific. They had a lot of talent, but the MVP on the field is Justin Johnson. So goes Justin, so goes the Berkner Rams. He's strong. He fights for every yard. He's a feisty kid. Sometimes you want him to tune that down a little bit at quarterback, but he is the heart and soul of this Berkner Ram team.
2nd and 4. Here's the Rams. Josh Johnson, first down and more. He's got open field. Only one man can stop him. It's Josh Johnson into the end zone, and the Rams strike first.
Wow, what blocking, what quickness on the part of Josh Johnson. This kid, he's the quicker one in the family. He runs a 4.4. His brother runs in the 4.4, 4.5. I mean, that's the way this flex bone works, is to get you to adjust to one option, and then they give you the other option. And in this offense, those two options are the brothers Johnson, and they make it work.
And brothers Johnson, I'm sure, will be tenacious here this evening in the running game. Zach Olin, the true freshman, will come on for the try. He's 10 for 13 on PATs so far this year. And let me tell you about this kid, Olin. If he continues to grow, only being a true freshman, I expect to see him at a Division I college and then in the NFL. And the left footer boots it. And this one is incomplete. Unbelievable. He's had a high percentage of completion so far this season, but misses it, and so the Rams are on top 6-0.
Yeah, that could hurt later in the game, missing an extra point. Here's a replay. Just great blocking and a broken tackle right at the point of attack. And once Josh Johnson gets into the secondary, he has great speed. He's a 4.4 sprinter. No one on the Wylie Pirate team can catch him. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Berkner Rams.
So with 2 plays underway here in the game, Josh Johnson strikes with a 55-yard scamper to put the Rams on top.
Yeah, that's an exciting first couple of plays for the Berkner Rams. They score a lot of points. They play great defense. They're going to be one of the top teams in this district, which is a really tough district. But right now, they're the highest-ranked team in the district, number 3 in the area.
The Rams went 41 yards in 40 seconds, Bruce. A quick strike, and I'm sure that pleases Coach Ledford to set the tone for tonight. Olin will kick off for the Rams.
That's what you call explosive, Jeff. 2 plays, 61-yard drive. That's impressive.
And we're on the home side of the field. You can hear the fans getting charged up. From what I've been told, they've been charged up all week waiting for this Ram team to come in here. And the return is brought out by number 10, Austin Atwell. And he carries it for about 17 yards out across the 25. There's a flag down on the play and a Ram down on the field, and he's holding his knee. I can't see his number at this time, but we'll let the officials sort things out.
Well, you know, Coach Ledford is, disappointed at that. We left last year, the last broadcast we did, we talked about Berkner's chances in the playoff. They had a lot of talent. We thought they had an opportunity to go a long way in the playoffs. The one thing that would possibly derail them would be an injury to one of their key players, Justin Johnson. That happened in the playoffs. He got injured, and basically the end of the run for Berkner when Justin Johnson got hurt. So you know Coach Ledford is concerned about the injuries.
Johnson didn't want to come out of the game. He broke his jaw and was just grimacing with pain, and the kid's just so tenacious in his athletic ability. He didn't want to quit, and that made a difference, I think. I don't know whether gameplay or psychologically for the team, but that impacted him in various ways.
Right, that was a very talented team. They lost Ugasa to Oklahoma State, and Skirtin, I think, went to the University of Houston. A lot of talent, a lot of big, tall, rangy kids that also played basketball for the Berkner Rams last year. So hard kids to replace, but they're right back where they want to be, number 3 in the area. We'll see how they do.
And the injured player for the Rams is number 46, and he'll be helped off the field, and that's Brian Cole, and we hope he's okay. Last year, the Rams were 12-1 in the district, 7-0 in District 10 5A, and they lost to A&M Consolidated 26-7 in the Class 5A Division I quarterfinal. And last year, the Johnson brothers combined for more than 3,000 yards and 38 touchdowns, 77% of the Ram offense.
That's incredible. That's great production out of your quarterback and fullback in this flexbone offense.
And now we go to the other side of the coin, and here will come Patrick Witt and the Pirates with their first possession. And there seemed to be a miscue on the snap, and Witt will just dive barely across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Witt's a big, strong kid. He comes into the Wylie offense, one of the top-ranked quarterbacks in the nation. Played with their 7-on-7 drill during the summer, showed that he could run this offense. He is at home in this offense. The spread offense gives him an opportunity to showcase that great arm.
And here's that hurry-up offense I told you that Wylie would be running tonight. They all have wrist cards that contain codes for plays. Witt working out of the shotgun. Here's the snap, and he hands off up the middle to number 2, Mallory Woodall, and he picks up about 3 yards.
Makes it second and really long. That's where your quarterback comes in now. It's 3rd and long. You want to have somebody back there who can thread a needle on and make 3rd down plays.
Witt is from, I believe you pronounce it, Lilburn, Georgia, where he attended Parkview High School, transferred into Wylie this year, and he's already committed, as there's flags before the ball is even snapped. He is already committed to Nebraska and hopes to be an impact player in the Big 12.
Well, in that time, he got the Berkner Ram defense to jump. Actually, the penalty is against the Wylie Pirates, so a little bit of confusion on the part of the Pirates. You don't want to get yourself in a big hole against this Ram defense. We've seen them play. They're strong defensively. And again, one of the top-ranked teams in the area.
Illegal procedure backs the Pirates up. They'll have 3rd and 10. Witt looks to the sideline to get the call. And in the freshman game last night, I saw a lot of illegal procedure calls against the Pirates and some confusion with the offense, but hopefully they'll get things straightened out here tonight for the varsity. And there's a big gain by Woodall, and it looks like he picked up a Wylie first down and another injured Ram on the play.
Boy, that's just a lot of quickness on the part of Woodall. Great catch for Woodall. A great pitch from Witt. He gets outside and he turns on the burner, just outruns the defense and puts his head down and gets the necessary yardage for the first down.
The free safety senior, number 27, Glenn Logan, shaken up on the play. And from the looks of it, might be an ankle injury. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, and again, that's the thing. Your first district game, you don't want to see guys laying down on the field. If you're these coaches, it's going to be a long, tough district fight. 4 of the teams in this district are ranked in the top 10 in the area. Plano, Plano East, Allen, and Berkner all ranked in the top 10. So it's going to be a long struggle to get those 4 playoff berths.
Exactly. Of course, tonight we've got the Rams and the Pirates, but the Rams face in the next few weeks. Allen, Plano, Plano East, Lake Highlands, Richardson, and Plano West is where they wrap it up, and we'll have that broadcast for you on November 10th right here on Time Warner Cable Sports. But man, hey, coming up, Allen and Plano, we're talking two big opponents after they get through tonight.
Right, and a team that I wouldn't overlook is Lake Highlands. Lake Highlands is winless, but they played a really tough schedule. They had South Lake Carroll at home. They played on the road, Abilene and some other tough teams on their schedule. So that's a tough schedule they played.
Yeah, nothing like counting a loss to the two-time national champion South Lake Carroll Dragons.
Right.
And Wylie will lose yardage on the play. The ball carrier for the Pirates, number 24, is Brian Jones. We watch it one more time.
And Berkner plays really aggressively on defense. They're finding the ball, they're running to the ball, just holding up the line of scrimmage long enough to see what's going on and find that ball carrier and get him down. Good pursuit.
I think Jones's problem was he ran into the center, number 61, Jason Strahl. And here's a pass, and it's out on the left side, and it's complete to Nally. And it'll be close to a 6-yard completion.
Yeah, Nally is one of those quick receivers. Like we said in the opening of the game, you have to cover all these guys, and that time the defense for Berkner, number 9, Justin Collins, laid off just a little bit just to give him some room.
3rd and 5. You'll see the Pirates get set to snap the ball, and then they'll take a look to the sidelines once the coaches observe the defense that's being run by the Rams. Linebacker coming up and back, giving a different show. And here's the handoff to Jones, and Jones doesn't get very far on the carry. And it looks like trying to pick up a number for the Rams on the tackle. It looked like it was Adrian Campbell and also number 28, Jeremy Green, in on the stop.
Yeah, you mentioned Campbell committed to Baylor, took away the commitment, it was an oral commitment, and is looking at going to Oklahoma State. He is something to contend with on that defensive line.
The Pirates will punt with 4th and 5. Justin Johnson will be back to receive the punt. It takes a bounce at the 30. Johnson gets it at the 23. Back out across the 30 to the 40. And he is tripped up before he could break downfield. And it was a 19-yard return before number 17, Sean Delaney, tripped him up.
Well, and you wonder sometimes why you have your quarterback back there returning punts. He's a very valuable key to this offense, and you know, we saw how much he meant last year when he got hurt in the playoffs. So it's one of those things. He's your best return guy. You put him back there. He's got great hands. So Coach Ledford willing to take the risk and have Justin Johnson returning punts.
Vented was the punter, had a good punt, but when you've got that speed Johnson has, look out. And here we go, first play. Josh Johnson explodes off a left guard, and he's in the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. And the Wylie fans are getting distraught. In 3 plays, the Rams are on top, 12-0 here at Pirate Stadium.
Yeah, that time, just that quick opening burst to the fullback, and the Wylie Pirates are kind of standing around trying to figure out where the ball is going, and while they're waiting, they're getting blocked, and the quickness of Josh Johnson is overwhelming them right now. He is in the secondary before they look up.
There's no time for adjustments when you've got the Johnson brothers there.
Absolutely.
You better respond to the call, or maybe the fire is going to burn, and it burned right there. 57 yards on the run, the first down carry by Josh Johnson.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual to see a fullback go untouched through the line, but he was barely touched if he was touched, and he made it all the way on that long 57-yard run for Berkner.
And the Berkner Rams call a timeout. I want to remind you that tonight's game could be seen on Time Warner TV 14 in Plano and Richardson this Saturday at noon and at 3 p.m. Then Sunday at noon and 7 p.m. and on Monday at 7 p.m. Or you can see it anytime beginning October 3rd on Time Warner Digital Cable On Demand. Now just follow the menu to On Demand, Get Local, and then High School Sports. Catch your favorite local sports anytime, day or night, on Time Warner Cable on Demand. And it's free to all Time Warner digital cable customers. And we are sure glad you tuned in to join us here on Time Warner Cable Sports. Jeff Tokar, Herman Graham Chapman, and Bruce Wiseman, our statistician, along with our excellent Time Warner Cable Sports crew, coming to you from Pirate Stadium. And in the first quarter of play with 7:06 to go, the Rams are trying to go up by 14, and the carry by Justin Johnson is good. He gets into the end zone, and so the Rams are up top 14-0 in the first quarter.
Boy, Justin just wouldn't be denied. And he is some kind of strong kid with a strong will. He was determined to make that 2-point. Here we go on the play. Just a straight handoff to Josh Johnson. A little bit of crisscross between the backs and untouched. He goes for 57 yards. This offense, I mean, we saw a similar offense with Richardson. The difference is the talent. The brothers Johnson and their offensive line are just extremely talented. They block well, and they're very quick. Just really hard to deal with.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Mr. Jim's Pizza, with the freshest toppings, prime ingredients, and delicious crust you can find anywhere. Mr. Jim's Pizza is perfect anytime. Call Mr. Jim's, and we want to thank Mr. Jim's for providing our pregame pizza from right here in downtown Wylie, and it was wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Jim's. Back to receive for the Pirates will be number 9, Chris Nally, number 10, Austin Atwell, and then deep will be number 80, Tyler O'Quinn. The last drive, the first drive of the night for Berkner, they took 2 plays to score, and then this last drive, just 1 play. The first drive was 48 seconds, and the drive we just saw a minute ago only took 10 seconds off the clock. Here's the kick. It's a high kick, a deep kick, and it'll be number 10, Atwell, to pick it up inside the 10. Atwell trying to get out to the 20, and he is knocked down on the pursuit by the Rams. And I was trying to catch his number. He's knocked down at the 18-yard line, and that'll be where the Pirates will have their second possession of the evening, deep in their own territory.
Boy, the Berkner Rams look much quicker on both sides of the ball and on special teams than do the Wylie Pirates right now. And you know, when you move up from Class 4A to 5A, it's especially when you're moving up and playing one of the teams that are ranked high and expected to go far in the playoffs. That's one of the differences is the speed level, the team speed, and that's something that the Wylie Pirates will have to adjust to if they're going to be competitive in this game tonight.
Witt looking to throw out on the left side. He has a receiver, and the reception is good before he goes out of bounds. And the receiver pulling it in is number 9, Chris Nally, the 5'10" junior. And it'll be a 12-yard gain for the Pirates and a first down.
Well, in that time, Witt showed you that he can roll out with the ball. He's a big kid, about 6'3", 6'4", just one of the better drop-back passers in the country. Just wings it out there, and that's one of the keys to this offense in the spread. You've got to be able to throw that ball, that deep sideline pass.
Wes Shivers playing deep off of Nally. Got burned on the out pattern. Here comes the pitch, and the Pirates are going to pick up another first down as Mallory Woodall brings the ball out close to midfield for the Pirates.
Boy, Woodall showing that he can be physical. He knows that Berkner defense is aggressive and they're physical. So he finished that run with some physicality. He met the tackler head on and shed him off. Nice fake inside Witt to the fullback. Great pitch to Woodall. He has some speed. He's shown a couple of times outside that he can outrun the defense.
A 15-yard gain by Woodall, and Wylie is doing one of the keys they need to do to win this game tonight, and that's a balance attack. Passing and running the ball, and another Wylie first down. A beautiful reception and pass to Tyler O'Quinn, the 6', 190-pound senior.
Boy, great catch by O'Quinn, and you see Witt. That's a great fake inside. draws the defense in and actually makes a really good choice on who to throw the ball to. The tight end coming across the middle. The other receivers looked open, but they were in a zone, not quite open. He made the right choice. Good decision making by Patrick Witt.
Another 15-yard pickup, and the Pirates have gained 30 yards in just the last 2 plays. And this time they just hammered up the middle with Woodall, and he gains about a yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot.
And the Berkner Ram defense is showing different fronts. They're bringing people from different areas, doing that zone blitz, bringing guys off the corner. They know that they don't want to have Witt sit back there and just throw the ball. They want to make him as uncomfortable as possible. So they're bringing people from different locations and trying to get some pressure on Witt.
5:36 in the first. 14-0, Rams on top. The Pirates driving, and a slant off of the left side to Chris Nally, and the Pirates have another first down.
Well, Nally has good hands. He makes a great reception. Witt hasn't thrown an incompletion yet. He is a really accurate passer. You're watching here. He just takes what the defense gives him. There's a slant. The inside backers for Berkner kind of cheating in to put pressure on the quarterback, take away the run game, but that time Witt able to find the open receiver.
Nally is giving Shivers fits on the left side, and there's a dropped pass from Witt as he tried to get it out on the far side going opposite field to O'Quinn, and he couldn't hold on to it. It hit him right in the hands, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Pirates.
Yeah, that's Witt's first incomplete pass, but that wasn't his fault. He threw it right where he wanted to throw it, just a drop ball. And, in this spread offense, as much as they throw the ball, you kind of get used to that. You come pat your receiver on the butt, tell him, hey, get ready for the next one. Got to have the rest of the game.
Going into tonight, Witt has thrown for 473 yards. He's 42 for 74. And here we go on the reverse action play. And the Rams sniffed that one out. He's also thrown for 4 touchdowns, and that was to O'Quinn, and they lose a few yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
Boy, nice play by Adrian Campbell that time. He was not sucked in. He stayed at home, and the reverse came back to him. He had the correct pursuit angle, and they just stopped the ball actually for a yard loss.
Here's Witt, pressure, throws out on the right side, and that time Woodall tipped it off of his fingers and couldn't haul it in, and that'll bring up 4th and 12 for the Pirates.
Yeah, and that time Witt shows that he's a big kid, but he has good feet. Gets inside the rush, skips inside, throws the ball a little bit behind the receiver out there, Woodall, but Witt did show that he has some mobility. Now it's a big 4th down early in the game.
Pirates appear to be going for it at the Ram 30-yard line with a 4th down. And we'll see if they delay or possibly just do a quick kick. And here's the handoff to Jones, and he doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage as the Ram defensive wall shuts him down, and the Pirates will turn it over with 4:30 in the first here at Pirate Stadium in Wylie. Here come the Rams with their 3rd possession. And already tonight, on 3 offensive plays in the whole game, they've scored 2 touchdowns.
Right, and Coach out here is being careful. They're playing against the wind right now, so just a handoff inside, trying to fool the Berkner Rams. They don't lose much. I mean, if they punt the ball, possibly it goes in the end zone. They would have had the ball at the 20-yard line with Berkner, so they only lose about 13 yards on the possession. But I think the wind might have had something to do with the play calling on that play.
Justin Johnson throwing on 1st down, and it's just past, and I mean just past his intended receiver on the far side of the field. Well, we'll watch it one more time, and I believe that receiver was Jones. Hard to pick up their number way over there.
Yeah, we've seen Justin Johnson throw the ball. He's not a bad passer. He's rather accurate. He sometimes put a little bit too much zip on the ball. That wasn't a bad pass. The receiver just couldn't reach up and get it just out of his reach. But they're up by 14-0 with the wind and trying to take advantage of that wind, but just off.
Justin Johnson fakes to his brother, pitches out on the right side, and here's Thomas with some running room, and he just can't get it downfield as fast as Josh Johnson, and he is taken down by number 21, Shelton Thigpen.
Boy, that's just great footwork, great confidence, great ball handling by Justin Johnson. It's almost a forward lateral. I don't know if you had any people downfield on that, but it definitely was a little bit forward. So we'll see what the call is here.
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Rams, and so it's going to come back, and that is a huge penalty. You know, they talk about some of the impact players for the Rams this year, and one of them is number 4, a junior playing varsity now on this squad, and that junior number 4 is Nick Thomas. He's a 5'9", 170-pound running back. He's run for 21 carries so far this year and 208 yards, averaging 9.9 yards.
Right, and one of the things that we've seen with the Berkner Rams, and a lot of it comes from Justin Johnson's personality. He is a feisty kid. He'll block, he'll hit till the limit, you know, the echo of the whistle, like my coach used to say, and the penalty was tacked on at the end of the run, so I don't know if the penalty was against Justin, but he was really upset and talking to the refs. And we saw a game last year where they had a few personal fouls, and it got really, really feisty during the game. But he's not going to back down from anybody. He's a tough kid.
So sorting out the penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Rams. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Spot will be marked from where the play ended, and so now the Rams will have a 1st and 10 at the Pirate 45. It was a 37-yard, another flag on the play, and here we go around the other side, and there's several flags on the play, and the carry, I believe, is Phillips, and he had a first down, but it all depends on what the flag is, and I tend to believe it might have been illegal procedure or motion called against the Rams.
Yeah, and actually there are 2 flags. One is for the motion. I think they got another one on the other side for what might have been an illegal block. But there were a couple of great blocks thrown on that reverse, and real patience by the Rams runner on that play, the end over here. I mean, he followed his block, but it looked like somebody hit somebody illegal, or actually it was a legal procedure on the play.
So 2 consecutive penalties spot the Ram football team at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 with 3:46 in the first quarter of play.
And those are the kinds of penalties that you know Coach Ledford doesn't want to see, even though it's still early in the season. Those are the kind of mistakes late in the year and in the playoffs that can really hurt you.
Justin Johnson looking to pitch, but he'll lose a yard or 2 on the carry as big number 44, Aaron Fitz, steps up to make the tackle.
Yeah, and again, you watch Justin, the way you defend him, you have to take things away, take away his options, take away his opportunity to run inside, take away his opportunity to run outside. You have to pursue, you have to keep hustling against a great runner, and we see Justin's toughness. He is hard to bring down. We saw last year, he doesn't like to hit the ground. He'll get up, he hits it, and he gets up. He's ready for the next play.
Berkner had 2 great offensive possessions to open up the quarter, but they've kind of stalled out here, and here's the pitch. It'll be Thomas, and Thomas has got some running room across the 40. He'll have a first down and more inside the 30-yard line. A 22-yard run by Nick Thomas helps the Rams to penetrate deep into Pirate territory.
Boy, a lot of weapons for Berkner, and Thomas has a little bit of shake and bake at the head. Good ball handling again by Justin Johnson. Gets out here, he's patient, uses his feet, uses great moves, great fakes, gets downfield, gets another block, still running downfield before the Wylie Pirates catch him after a 22-yard gain.
You saw the team split at the top of your screen. Johnson under center will keep again. He's got some running room inside the 20, and he is taken down by the strong safety, number 21, Shelton Thigpen, and we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, another flag at the line of scrimmage in that area where it's either procedure or offside. That time it's offside.
It's against the Pirates, And of course, the Rams will decline that. And they'll take the ball at the Pirate 10.
Yeah, looks like about an 18-yard run that time by Justin Johnson. Again, the key to defending this option offense is taking away the options. You got to get, your pursuit has to be there. You have to take away, force them inside, and the Pirates haven't been able to do that yet.
This time, Johnson's not able to get anywhere. He loses a yard or two on the play as number 7, Polo Killman, reaches out to stop him before he could pitch.
Well, one of the things the Pirates have done is now they're bringing more guys. They realize it's not that much of a threat to run the ball, so they're bringing more jerseys up to defend the run, and that time it was just more purple jerseys than white jerseys, and they outmanned them. Oh, I've been told that those jerseys are maroon, not purple.
You don't understand at home. Sometimes as far away as we are, it's hard to tell, but I knew they were maroon from seeing them before the game. And here's a pass, and it's complete for another Berkner Ram touchdown. And it'll be complete to number 6, Clarence Abraham, who just checked into the game. And the Berkner Rams strike once again, once for each possession.
Boy, and although Justin Johnson is going to be a safety when he shows up on the Baylor campus next year, he's showing that he has the skills to play quarterback. He's a runner and a thrower, a candidate again for MVP in the district. He is showing everything in this game.
And Olin's kick is good, and that was a 9-play, 68-yard drive on behalf of the Rams to punch it into the end zone once again.
You'd watch on the replay, just a straight drop back by Justin Johnson, just a nice pass inside. There's nobody there. That's what happens when the defense has to respect the run. They bring the safeties up, they bring the linebackers up. There's just a clear space in there to throw the ball, a lot of room. Didn't have to be real accurate, just get it over there, and catches Abraham for the 10-yard touchdown.
And that's what the Rams have to do tonight. They have to establish that passing game so that they can keep that defense back. If they cannot establish the passing game, the Pirates will be able to move up and cover the option. But on that play, as they showed you right there, they're balanced. And that's why the score is 21-0. The Rams are functioning well here tonight. They had the 2 big penalties, one for 15-yard on the unsportsmanlike, and then 5 yards on the illegal procedure, but they overcame that with 9 plays to put it into the end zone.
Right, and this is a big welcome to the Wylie Pirates in District 9-5A. They don't want to get real down. They're down 21-0, but they're down to one of the tougher teams in the state in 5A. And it's going to be a long season in District 9-5A. And again, there are 4 shots at the playoffs, so you want to try to keep doing something positive. Witt has had the wind in his face. He's been impressive. He had the 1 drop. They moved the ball against a pretty prolific Berkner Ram defense, so they don't want to stay positive even though they're down 21-0.
And on the drive, the Rams that time used up about 3 minutes, where in their previous 2 drives they only used about 1 minute. So that helped take some time off the clock. Here's the kick, and it'll be picked up by Nally inside the 10, and Nally out across the 20, and he dives out of bounds close to the 25, and that's where the Pirates will start with their next possession of 1st and 10. 1:32 to go in the first period. A 17-yard return by Chris Nally.
And the Pirates still have that pretty brisk wind in their face. Actually, the wind at the north end seems to be a little bit brisker than in the south end of the end zone. The flags down there on the goalpost are not really moving, but still a bit of a wind in the face of Pat Witt.
Patrick Witt, the Georgia product, working out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Working in Pirate territory, rolling out to the left, has a receiver, Atwell. Atwell with the reception across the 30, and it'll be close to a 7-yard gain for the Pirates. Hey, don't forget, tonight's game could be seen on Time Warner TV 14 in Plano and Richardson this Saturday at noon and at 3 p.m., Sunday at noon and 7 p.m., and on Monday at 7 p.m., or you can see it anytime beginning October 3rd on Time Warner Digital Cable on demand. Just follow the menu, go to On Demand, Get Local, High School Sports. Catch your favorite local sports anytime, day or night, on Time Warner Cable on Demand. And you know what? It's free to all Time Warner Digital Cable customers. Witt will carry on the second down play. He picks up a first, and he'll get it out to the Pirate 40-yard line.
Boy, Witt using that 6'4" frame to just power some run, some yardage to get his first down. He's one of those kids, he's a quarterback that will do whatever it takes to keep that drive going. And the flag, the Pirates seem to be applauding the referee, so it looks like it's going to be against the Berkeley Rams.
So the Pirates, again, the second unsportsmanlike call against the Rams. The Pirates driving the ball well. They just have to capitalize when they get into the red zone.
That's something that the Rams do. They get themselves in trouble, but they're a feisty bunch. They're very confident. Some people call it cocky, but they play with a little bit of an edge, a little bit of chip on their shoulder. Probably what makes a difference in a playoff team and a non-playoff team.
A lot of spirit, a lot of tenacity. 45 seconds in the first quarter of play as Witt looks to the sideline for direction from Coach Bill Howard and company. Coordinator for the Pirates is Shannon Purcell. And Witt will carry, and he gets inside the 44, close to the 43.
Yeah, and Coach Howard has shown that he's not afraid to run Witt, and Witt, shows some power. He's a big kid. He'd like to have him lighten up the skies, but, again, a little bit of wind in his face, keeping the defense honest, and hopefully open up some space for his receivers.
Pirate offense is 49th in Area 5A offense. Second down, Witt, and we've got flags on the field. This is the last play of the quarter, and Witt gets sacked back in Pirate territory by Kent Grunewald, number 44, and we'll have to see what the officials call here on the flag.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from the Berkeley Ram defense that time. They get to Witt, but there is a flag on the play. Offsides against Berkeley is the call. So another mistake by the Berkeley Rams, another penalty.
That could be why they got in the backfield so fast.
Yeah, that could be a good reason.
That was the last play of the quarter. However, they will run off one more play before we go to the second. So the Pirates, Witt talking to the official. And now to the coach's sideline. And Witt's confused. He looks at the clock and sees that it says 12. It says in the game clock to get off the play is ticking down now under 10 seconds. And he's going to have to call and waste a timeout. So with the penalty and confusion on the field, the Pirates have to burn one at the end of the first.
Well, yeah, it looks like a little bit of confusion on the penalty. The clock stops. I guess the coaching staff for the Wylie Pirates thought that the game clock should continue once the ball was placed in play, but they stopped the clock for the last play of the quarter.
Herman, I think, part of the confusion was the clock expired in the first quarter of play during the play and the sack. But there was a penalty on the play. The clock operator already set the clock for the second quarter. Witt came on the field, and I think he thought it was the end of the quarter, but then he saw the play clock clicking off. And so he's trying to talk to the official and the coach, what should I do? It cost him a timeout. The quarter does not end on a defensive penalty, and so the Pirates will pay the price for it.
Right. Yeah, and they want to hurry up and get that win. It's just a psychological thing sometimes for a quarterback. Just a little breeze in your face, but if you're throwing with it, it's just a little bit of an edge. So he's I think Witt's ready to get that win at his back.
This will be the last play of the first quarter. Now the Pirates with a 2nd and 4. Witt hands off to Jones, and Jones is stuffed and pushed back to the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39-38 forward progress, and we'll move down to the other end of the field to begin the second quarter. So after one quarter of play here at Pirate Stadium in Wylie, Texas, the Rams are on top of the Pirates 21-0. Don't go away. A lot more of high school sports coming your way on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Burrito in hand, you, Sal Perconti, realized something was wrong. That big screen was not living up to its potential. And like a statesman, you professed, just because I have an HD TV set doesn't mean I have HD. Then you did something bold. You made a call and ordered HD service from Time Warner Cable. Mr. Perconti, you not only discovered the power of real-life clarity, you discovered the power of you.
Discover the best in HD TV. Call Time Warner Cable today, 972-PIC-TWC.
A lot of special entertainment going on here tonight, as I believe the class of 1996 is celebrating their 10-year high school reunion here at this homecoming game for the Wylie Pirates. They're introducing some of the alumni members from football teams and other sports organizations in Wylie from that era. 10 years. That's not so long ago, is it?
That's not so long ago. And they can be really proud of this community. It's grown, and this stadium is a testimony to that. And I've been to the old stadium. It was just a little town, little old small town stadium, just a little framework. And now they've moved up to Class 5A, so it's a really great community.
Patrick Witt will have the wind at his back now in this prolific passing offense for the Pirates. And all the players get the call, get the play number from the sideline, and after 3 weeks into the fourth week, a lot of them probably have all the numbers memorized. You don't even have to say a play, just call out a number. Jones up the middle, and he'll be close to a Pirate first down at the Berkner 35-yard line.
Looks like Woodall on the carry that time, Jeff, for the Pirates, and he actually got the first down. That's a great push by Woodall. He's not a very big kid, but he's their leading rusher coming into the game, and he has great leg drive and good speed.
And it is number 2, Mallory Woodall. Credit for the carry and the first down. Here in the second quarter, Witt rolls on the right side, throws, and a nice reception by number 80 of the Pirates, Tyler O'Quinn. 6'1", we mentioned before, and a flag again on the play. And I don't see any indication. However, by the way the players are moving, it looks like it's going to be against the Rams.
Well, that was a really good catch by O'Quinn. We've seen him pull in a couple of passes. I mean, he has really good hands. He laid out to catch that ball and just brought it in and held on to it. Just a really good catch.
And the third personal foul against the Rams, roughing the passer, allows the Pirates to get deep into Ram territory.
Well, we know that Patrick Witt can stand in the pocket and throw the ball. Now he's showing us that he can roll either way, deliver the ball to his receivers, and they have great hands.
Here's Wood, the fake to Woodall. Across the middle, and a beautiful reception down to the 1-yard line. And who is it? O'Quinn. Great hands.
Another great catch by O'Quinn, and really good decision by Woodall. He pumps fake where you're throwing into these windows. He's not open there, but he waits until he gets into that second window. Great completion, pretty good coverage by the Berkeley Ram defense, but just better pass and catch by the Wylie Pirates.
And if you think a jet is landing in the stadium, that's the Wylie Pirate fans pounding on the stands as they're cheering on their team to put it in the end zone. Witt under center for the first time tonight, tries to get up the middle, but meets the Berkner defensive wall, and he is shut down.
Yeah, that time the Rams rise to the occasion, and O'Quinn is stepping up. We understand one of the top receivers for Wylie has been injured early in the year. His name's Chris Givens. He's out for the season, and O'Quinn's really stepping up right now.
2nd and goal for the Pirates. Here comes Witt and company. The pitch on the left side, and the Pirates are on the board. Polo Kilman, 6'2", heavyweight, 230-pound senior, pounds it in.
Just a nice drive by the Pirates on that drive. Just excellent play choices, excellent execution. They've shown that they can move the ball against this Berkner Ram team. And again, I think a little bit of it has to do with the wind.
And so now on to kick for the Pirates, and the try, which is good, will be number 13. Excuse me, they mark it. There's a penalty on the play. It was good. They're going to say it's good. The penalty is against the Rams. From all indications that I see, we'll let them sort it out. And it was number 13 on the kick. We'll get his number here for a second. Polo Kilman on the score. As I said, he's 6'2", 230 pounds. He's a senior. He's listed as a defensive lineman. There was offsides called against the Rams, and I thought they were signaling that it over to the Wylie bench that it won't matter, that the point will stand, and it does. So the Pirates get on the board 21-7, and they capitalized on some penalties and mistakes by the Rams, and after 8 plays and 75 yards, they're able to score.
Yeah, great finish to that drive, bringing in the big kid, kind of pounding him off tackle. You know, that's a lot of fun for a kid listed as a defensive lineman to get the pitch on the goal line and get across that goal line. That's a lot of fun for a defensive lineman. But really impressed by the Pirates getting back in this game, make it 21-7 early in the second quarter.
And that just rejuvenated the Pirate fans, who were beginning to wonder if a blowout was underway, especially after the 2 possessions at the beginning of the first quarter where the Rams put 2 touchdowns on the board after only 3 plays.
Yeah, and that's the kind of tenacity that you want your offense to have. And they seem to have a great leader in Patrick Witt. Again, a kid that transferred here from Georgia, recognized as one of the top drop-back passers in the country. He's shown that he can hang in there and bring his team back at least to get on the board here.
Nesmith kicks. Looks like they were trying for an onside kick, but it doesn't work. The Rams are there to pick it up, and it'll be Collins to cover for the Rams and save the Wylie Pirates being successful on an onside kick.
Well, then Coach Howard taking the risk there. They haven't been, the defense for the Wylie haven't been able to stop the Berkner Rams, so he's taking a chance there trying to get the ball back in his offensive hand, but really gives Berkner great field position here, and we've seen they can really score quickly.
On that last drive, Herman, the Rams gave the Pirates 30 yards in penalties alone. Thanks, Bruce Wiseman, our statistician. Justin Johnson will carry across midfield, and he's close to a Ram first down, and it looks like they'll spot it a yard short, so it'll be a 9-yard gain on the first down play for Berkner.
Well, when you run the flex ball with the talent that Berkner has, you watch here the Wylie defense this time recognizes that Josh Johnson can go a long way. This time they don't take care of Justin as he gets about 9 yards on that carry. So it's you adjust to one person and the other guy hurts you.
Second down play goes up the middle, and the Rams will get the first down on the carry. And it'll be Josh Johnson, and he's only carried the ball about 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yeah, that's his 3rd carry. That's his shortest one. He's had 55, 57, and 3, I guess. He is one strong kid.
Yeah, when you look at it that light, only 3 carries, but 2 of them were for explosive touchdowns. So when he gets the ball, he makes it count.
Well, and he's a really tough kid because he takes a punishment even when he gets the ball faked to him.
Quick handoff to Thomas, and Thomas fights his way for a 2-yard gain.
Boy, we've seen Thomas a couple of times with pretty good shake and bake. He actually gained 2 or 3 yards on that play. Good fake there, another good fake. He has really those what you call pile driving feet. He keeps his feet moving to get that yardage.
2nd and 8 for Berkner with a 21-7 lead and 8:50 on the clock in the first half of play. Justin Johnson under center. Fakes up the middle to Josh Johnson, fakes the pitch, carries himself, and only picks up about 2 more yards. Stays in bounds, so the clock will continue to roll.
Yeah, and it makes it really tough on the defense when you have a running back who's as quick as Josh Johnson, and then a quarterback who is as strong and agile as Justin Johnson, who puts pressure on you outside. So really tough for the defense to stop this really prolific Berkner offense.
3rd and 6. Johnson talking to his backfield after he scours the defense. And here he goes, carrying again, looking to pitch. He'll get the first down and more before he is taken down by number 21, Shelton Thigpen.
Yeah, again, he's running that option. He makes a fake. He gets about 10 yards out of that. Just he's really efficient running the offense. And, you know, I know he's going to be a safety in college, but if he could go somewhere that ran a similar offense in college, he'd be a really great college quarterback.
Just great athletic ability all around. Whether he gets to play quarterback or safety, I think he's got the positions mastered. On the pitch this time, the pitch is dropped by number 25, Phillips, but goes out of bounds. Luckily for the Rams, the officials talk it over. He was the last one to touch it.
Well, I guess Phillips likes that. That adds to his rushing yardage. You watch Justin Johnson get outside. He gets about 5 yards, pitches it to Thomas. He gets another 5 yards. So that just adds to both of their rushing statistics for the night.
Right now, the officials are trying to determine the spot that Phillips lost control of the ball on where to spot it. And so they'll mark it at the 17-yard line where the Rams will have a 2nd and 2, 7:35 in the first.
Well, not many kids have the kind of confidence that Justin Johnson has running this offense, pitching it downfield like that.
This time, Thomas on the rollout with Justin Johnson, and he keeps as he dives inside the 10-yard line, and the Rams are threatening again. And that carry for Justin will move the chains, and now the Rams will be 1st and goal.
Boy, and once this offense gets rolling, and they're stopping the fullback now, but you're not going to arm tackle Justin Johnson. He picks up another 10 yards, and they're just pounding the Wylie defense right now.
He is so strong and elusive. That's what makes it difficult for defensive ends and corners to cover him. And looks like we've got somebody jump there. But Johnson you got to wrap him up to take him down.
Right,
and I mean,
right.
you got to get his legs wrapped up and pull him down because he's not coming down easy.
Right, and the only thing that has stopped the Berkner Rams have been penalties tonight, and there's another one. That's another illegal procedure, but they seem to be able to overcome them. But they are a highly penalized team. They had 20 penalties last week in the game they won.
I know that's got to be frustrating for Coach Ledford. And the handoff to Josh Johnson as he pounds up the middle of the field. The defense didn't realize that he wasn't down. He was on top of the pile, and he spins and turns and gets it down close to the 5-yard line.
Boy, he actually has a lot of leg drive. You see the power in both of these Johnson kids. That's a lot of weightlifting, leg drive, power lifting with their legs to get extra yardage. They're very strong, and they keep fighting for extra yards. Both of them really feisty kids.
2nd and goal for the Rams. Justin Johnson looking over the defense now. Thomas, number 4. Josh Johnson on the fake up the middle. Justin carries, he's in the end zone, and the Rams strike pay dirt once again in the first half.
Boy, nice fake. They get the touchdown on a great fake from Justin Johnson. The Wylie defense really looking confused at this time. Justin is really like a magician back there, doing what he wants to do with the football.
One of the keys the Pirates knew they had to try and force the Rams into a passing game, but they've not done that prolific of a job of shutting down the running game tonight, so the Rams are just going to keep running it down their throat. Olin's kick is up, and it is good, and so the Rams are up 28-7 with 6:09 in the first half.
Yeah, here's a touchdown again. Just a great fake pump, just options the end out of his shoes and gets in the end zone. A little bit of a late hit, you know. Justin doesn't like that. He finds a way to make you pay. And again, a great job of handling the ball, handling the offense, making the right choices in that option offense. He's been a really thorn, a really heavy thorn in the side of the Wylie defense tonight.
Justin Johnson's 5-yard scamper for a touchdown is the end result of 9 plays and 52 yards in the total drive. Want to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Mr. Jim's Pizza, with the most delicious toppings, all your favorites, the freshest vegetables and tasty meats that you can find. Call your neighborhood pizza place, Mr. Jim's, now. And especially thank you tonight to the downtown Wylie Mr. Jim's for the pizza you provided to the Time Warner Cable Sports crew tonight. We love Mr. Jim's. And you know what? You can order online at Mr. Jim's. You know that? Your neighborhood pizza place. Go to MrJim'sPizza.net and order your favorite pie today.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. There are a lot of big games in District 9-5A. I know one of the bigger games in the area is Allen and Plano tonight. Plano, a team that went undefeated last year. Allen, a team that made the playoffs the last few years. So across the state, District 9-5A is recognized as, if not the toughest, one of the toughest districts in the state.
Pirate fans and band making some noise, trying to get some life and action back into their team. And here's the kick. It's picked up by the Pirates and brought out close to the 35-yard line by Austin Atwell. And the Pirates will work from their own 36 at the spot. Well, he's moving across the field. Looks like it's about a 15-yard return, and the ball will be actually spot for the Pirates at the 35-yard line.
Well, the Pirates came out in their last possession with a great drive, took the ball the length of the field, and then they tried the onside kick, which gave Berkner the ball in really great field position, and the defense has struggled all night stopping the Berkner Ram offense, and gave them a short field, and it cost them that time.
Here's Witt with the handoff up the middle. It goes to Mallory Woodall, and it's a good carry for about 3 or 4 yards.
And the Pirates are keeping the Berkner Ram defense honest. They're pounding the ball inside. They want to have the defense to respect their running game. They want to have Witt drop back and pass, but they can't just do that with the kind of pressure that Berkner has been bringing.
And we've got another injured Ram on the play. Hey, if you missed part of tonight's Berkner at Wylie game, don't worry. You can catch it again at your convenience on Time Warner Digital Cable on Demand. You can even pause, fast forward, and rewind the game to see your favorite plays over and over again. And beginning October 3rd, go to On Demand, select Get Local, then High School Sports. Here you'll find tonight's game and other great high school matchups this season. Discover the power of you with high school sports on Time Warner Digital Cable on Demand.
Well, another key thing for teams making the playoffs, Jeff, is to have some depth, and the Rams' depth will be challenged tonight. They've already had a couple of kids down with injuries, and this is the 3rd injury of the game. I don't know if this is a cramp or can't tell. It looks like he doesn't want to put any weight on it, so that's not a cramp. Looks injured. I can't see the number from here. Looks like number 10.
Yeah, Clayton, number 10, I think. Hard to see when they fall down sometimes.
Right, being helped off the field by the trainers.
And hopefully he'll be okay. There's several injuries to Rams, particularly leg injuries tonight.
Right.
2nd and 6 for the Pirates with 5:51 to go in the first half of play here at Pirate Stadium. Witt, the Georgia transfer, on his way to Nebraska, hands off to Mallory Woodall again, and Woodall picks up just a few precious yards, and he'll be about 2 yards close of a Pirate first down.
Boy, Woodall has run strong tonight. He is a strong kid. He has good speed. He's bounced it outside a couple of times. He's a senior running back, 210 pounds, 6'1", so he has some power.
Adrian Campbell on the tackle. Campbell would love to go to Oklahoma State, but you know, it seems that these schools are early and earlier signing up players. They're going to give maybe 13 scholarships, of which 12 are already committed. Here's a big carry around the right side, and it's Woodall again, and he gets the first down and out to midfield for Wylie.
Yeah, great execution by the Wylie team. Just a good pitch by Witt. He gets outside, and again, Woodall has good speed once he gets outside, and he finishes the run with power. You like to see your running backs do that.
Pirates, on the last few plays, have established the running game, and here they go again with Woodall, and Woodall hammers his way up the middle before he is brought down by 28 Jeremy Green, the junior.
Well, and the defensive line for the Rams seem to be just standing there kind of trying to read to see what's going to happen with the Wylie defense. Martinez, Pankey, the defensive line, Campbell, and Lucio on the defensive line for the Rams seem to just stand up that time and try to figure out what's going on.
This time Witt will throw, and he looks out to the left side, and he has his big receiver number 10, Atwell, and Atwell has another first down for the Pirates. He doesn't get out of, well, now they'll stop the clock. It looks like he didn't get out of bounds.
Yeah, that time it looked like O'Quinn actually for the catch. And, you know, Patrick Witt is running the offense, makes a good fake here, rolls to his left, throws a really nice pass right where the receiver can catch it in his hands. And O'Quinn this time gets downfield, shows some strength, carrying some Berkner tackles with him.
So a timeout called on the field as O'Quinn picks up the first down. O'Quinn is number 80, Atwell is number 10, and both of them have participated in this Pirate offense tonight. So the Pirates with the 1st and 10, driving once again in Ram territory, and I'm sure Coach Howard would love to get 7 more on the board before they take it into the locker room for halftime. Here's Witt looking to throw. The pass is complete. Out on the left side, and another Wylie first down as Chris Nailey, who we've not called his name in a while, gets back into the Pirate offense.
Yeah, that time out of the shotgun, the double slot formation, just a great catch by Nailey. Makes the first guy miss. That's what you want in that run and shoot offense. Get your receivers out there one-on-one with those defenders and make them miss. That time Nailey does his job, gets a couple of extra yards.
And that's where the balanced attack helps the Pirates. Run, 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 and here comes the passing game. So successful. And we've got a flag on the play, and a nice catch outside by Mitch Barton. And it'll be a holding call against the Pirates, and that'll back them up to a 1st and 15.
Well, that was a great catch. Even though it was out of bounds, he went up, just couldn't get that foot down, and Witt might have held on to that ball just a little long, but he was getting pressured, and he actually got hit right there at the end, too. So we'll get the confirmation on the penalty. There was a hold against the Pirates, but you watch Witt here. He gets outside. He's getting pressure. He comes out of the pocket, throws it downfield. Just, boy, that's close to getting his foot down, just not enough room to get it down.
It's actually a 1st and 20. Got to get my penalties right. That's a 10-yarder. And here comes Witt to throw again, and he gets it away, and it's O'Quinn that gets the reception, and he's out close to the 30 before he's shoved out of bounds.
Boy, O'Quinn's showing some strength, and so is Patrick Witt. He is in the grass back here, rolls to his right this time, gets a lot of pressure, is being wrapped up, but O'Quinn gets the catch and gets a little bit, some extra yards downfield.
So that hurry-up pass offense is working well for the Pirates for the most part. 3:25 in the first half of play, and that penalty really, the holding call really set them back. It'll be 2nd and 18. Here's Witt, fakes to Woodall. Over the middle, it's intercepted. Here we go the other way. And the Rams have it in Pirate territory. And we've got a flag on the play. And let me catch the number of the interception. It's number 38, Torrey White, who intercepted the pass. Beautiful coverage. And that's a huge turnover for the Rams. And it'll stifle the Pirates trying to get 7 more on the board before halftime.
Right, that was a great interception by White. He's just lurking in the inside of the defense there. He's a linebacker, so he's playing in that zone. And Witt makes a mistake that time, doesn't pick him up. You watch Witt, he drops back, doesn't see the linebacker come across. Corey White doesn't see Corey White. White picks it off, and he's off for the races. Witt hustles back to try to get him. Doesn't bring him down, but he's caught from behind by Nally.
And the penalties continue to plague the Rams in 2006 as there was a block in the back. It was about a 33-yard return for Corey White, a sophomore, 5'9", 175 pounds on the pickoff. And that'll back the Rams up to the 44-yard line in Pirate territory. 3:14 to go in the first half. Here comes Justin Johnson and company for Berkner.
Well, you don't want to make mistakes and give that ball back to Berkner as well as they've been running their offense tonight.
On the option, and the Pirates sniffed that one out quick. Number 17, Sean Delaney, in on the tackle. No gain for the Rams, and he was lucky to barely get it. Well, he loses a yard, doesn't even get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that time we've seen in the past where quarterbacks try to do too much. He's in the grass, he's going down. Could have made a bad decision to try to pitch it anyway, but Justin Johnson did the smart thing there, took the loss, gets another play.
Johnson, again, option left. He's got running room over the 30, down to the 20 before he's knocked out of bounds. And it'll be number 37, Wade Ventit, that pushes him out of bounds, and we've got another flag. The laundry has flown here this evening.
Well, in that time, Justin Johnson gets outside the defense and he turns on the Jets. He's a 4-5 sprinter. He has good quickness. He basically comes across and he gets hit out of bounds as the Rams have been the feisty bunch. This time the Pirates come across with the penalty, and it's going to cost them some yardage.
And that's one that'll go against the Pirates. And it's a personal foul, late hit, and that's a big one, but one of the few against the Pirates here this evening, mistakes they've made, but it's costly as this lethal Ram defense is now deep in the red zone, in between the 9 and 10 yard line. 2:28 in the first half. Here comes Johnson and company. Johnson on the right side will keep. He's got daylight to the end zone, but a beautiful tackle by the Pirates. And if I read his number right, it looks like number 22 made the stop, Daniel Jordan.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by Jordan, because there's a lot of room out there for Justin Johnson. He gets outside. He's getting ready to turn it on to get to the end zone, and just gets tripped right at the 2 yard line by the Pirates before he gets in the end zone.
And the 5'9", 160-pound sophomore, number 22, Daniel Jordan, makes a great leg tackle to shut down another Ram touchdown. 1:48. The clock continues to kick. Here we go, and Johnson will take it in this time. And the Johnson brothers have 2 apiece in the first half here at Pirate Stadium.
Well, you know, that must be a lot of conversation going on in that house after these games at night. When they get all these statistics, the yards, the touchdowns, they are quite a pair, and they're going to be talked about for a long time at Berkner High School.
You know what the bragging rights in a home is when you got 2 brothers that play football. When you get boys like mine that eat it right, it's bragging rights first to the refrigerator for the week.
Well, these 2 kids here are very prolific. They are championship level kids.
And the Rams on the fake to Thomas. Thomas on the left side will pick up 2 points for the Rams as Olin on the fake PAT. The pitch to number 4, Thomas, coming around to the left side, puts it in, and now it's 36-7, and the Rams with a big lead, pushing its way into halftime.
And when we go back to the touchdown for Justin Johnson, watch the line blocking by the Rams. They fire off the ball and just clear out the whole left side or right side of the Wylie defense. but still, Justin has to make a power play and run through some guys, and he and his brother are both very strong and hard to bring down one guy, two guys. They break tackles and get in the end zone.
Well, you look at some of the statistics. Justin Johnson is 6'2", 213 pounds. His brother's 5'11", 180. Now, I talked to Josh in the offseason. He said, I'm just focusing on football. He's been in the weight room. He's working hard. He's determined. Of course, Justin's quarterback. Josh is a fullback. In the 40-yard dash, Justin runs a 4.5, and Josh has him beat by 1/100th of a second. He's 4.49. Now, Justin could bench press 240. Josh is 220. Justin squats 515. 515, wow. And Josh squats 460. And I'll give you some more stats on those guys as we go. Well, let's take a look at it now. Rushing in 2005, Justin, a quarterback, had 1,548. Listen to this, his brother had 1,498. Combined for 3,000 yards.
That's an incredible duo. They went a long way in the playoffs last year with that combination, and once Justin got injured, then it kind of took away the hopes for the Berkner Rams. But when they're together, they are extremely, extremely dangerous.
And here's the kick, and it'll be returned by O'Quinn inside the 15-yard line. He's got some running room. He stumbles. He's pushed out of bounds at the 35, and the dirty laundry continues to fall as we've got a flag out about the 40-yard line.
Well, and it seems, once the district play starts, then it gets serious, and these guys, they start doing the little things that bring on the yellow flags. Don't concentrate. They're trying to get a hit, trying to get a hold here, and it really hurts your team. It's something that, doesn't really show up in the stats as far as points, but the coaches look at it, and it could hurt a drive, especially when you're trying to come back like the Wylie Pirates.
It was about a 27-yard return, and the Pirates make another mistake, as they did, to allow the Rams to get closer to the end zone on the personal foul preceding the touchdown drive. And now a holding call will bring them back inside the 25 to their own 24. 1:37 to work with. And Witt and company will try one more time to punch it down the field and get some points on the board before the half. Out of the shotgun, the fake to Woodall. Over the middle, and I think O'Quinn might have been mixed up on the route. That's who he was looking for.
Well, I think he's also mixed up on the defense. It looks like the Rams are playing some kind of a combo where they're playing man on the three wide outs and with a man on top, a little bit of the zone. And on the other side, they're playing man with zone under. So when Witt looked inside, he thought he had an opening, but there's a lot of white jerseys in the middle.
And that pass will be batted down by the Ram, pressure being applied.
The Rams
now it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Witt and the Pirates.
The Rams showing some sophistication on defense with those combination zones and mans, and sometimes that confuses a quarterback. Patrick Witt, again, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, has seen a lot of defenses, but looked confused in the last two.
With the incomplete passes, they've not taken but maybe 10 seconds off the clock. And if they don't get a first down here, they'll give the Rams another opportunity to score before the half. Here's Witt throwing on the left side. And it was almost picked off on its way to O'Quinn.
Boy, just a great defensive move in the secondary by the Rams. Good coverage. They're starting to tighten up that coverage a little bit, play the underneath stuff. Not looking, looks like somebody got a finger on that upfield. They got a finger on that, number 38.
That's Corey White.
Corey White got a finger on it, and then it was, so the deflection was almost picked off in the secondary.
Almost had his second interception. And so the Pirates will punt. Justin Johnson picks it up at his own 37, and he is brought down immediately as he tries to get it out towards midfield. And so with 1:13 to go in the first half of play here at Pirate Stadium, the Rams get another chance to push it downfield.
Well, a minute 13 seconds for most running or flexbone offenses wouldn't seem like a lot of time, but this offense has scored in short periods of time early in the game, so it doesn't take them a lot of time to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, like 10 seconds if you're with us at the top of the telecast. If not, you need to go to video on demand this week and watch it again. Impressive. Thought we had motion, but I don't see any flags, and here's the pass, and it bounced off the ground.
I thought I saw that motion too, Jeff, with no flag on the play, and with Justin throwing the ball, he's not as prolific a passer as he is a runner. Didn't quite get the ball out to the outside, and second down and 10 for this running offense.
.109 in the first half. Homecoming for the Wylie Pirates, and they chose a district game to have their homecoming. Johnson out of the shotgun, fakes to throw, will keep, gets the first down, and he'll get plenty more with his speed on the pitch. Oh, what a pitch!
My. Boy,
to Josh Johnson, his brother, and that was beautifully executed. And you got to realize when you run the option, you can do it anywhere downfield as long as that back is trailing you.
Boy, that's one of those things. You probably will only see that from two brothers. That's a pitch way downfield that, most coaches would say, don't do that, don't do that. But, these guys have done that in the backyard since they were 4 and 5 years old. So not a lot of risk in that when you're pitching it to your younger brother who is faster than you.
So there was plenty of time left on the clock for the Rams to strike. 2 plays, 60 yards. Zach Olin's extra point is good, and the Rams are up 42-7 with 58 seconds as we watch the play.
Well, let's see who gets the most. I think Justin gets, great fake, great block outside there by his end coming across. He gets about 40 or 30 yards, and Justin gets the other, or Josh gets the other 30 yards. He knows nobody's going to catch him. He's shaking his head at the 3-yard line. Just a great play by a very prolific duo, the brothers Johnson.
And they have come in and done the job tonight. In the first 3 games of the season for the Rams, they trailed and struggled, had a lot of penalties, and had to fight their way back in some close games against Mesquite Horn and then Jesuit. Arlington. Or no, Duncanville. Let me get it right. I know it's the south part of the town somewhere over there. But it was Duncanville against the Panthers. And then Jesuit, some really close games for the Rams. And they got things going now. That offense is running. District 9-5A. An important game tonight. They're 3-0. And they'd like to try and get back to the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. Hopefully take it all the way to the state championship this year.
Yeah, and we, last year we said in our last game that this team had a great chance to make it to the state championship game. They were only derailed when Justin Johnson went down, and they are poised for another run at the championship as they put up 43 points in the first half against a pretty good Wylie team.
And Olin booms it. It's picked up by O'Quinn at his own 5-yard line. He scampers out to the right side, and he evades the tackle and runs out of bounds at the 13, or excuse me, the 18.
There's still a lot of time.
5 more to that.
53 seconds for a quarterback with the skill level of Patrick Witt and the way his receivers have been catching the ball. There's still a lot of time for them to at least try to get on the board. They are, a lot of points down, 43-7. I don't know what you can do. But what you want to do is to get some kind of positive play out of your offense.
And that the Pirates will try to do to take it into the locker room at halftime. Patrick Witt, 6'4", 220-pound senior, headed for Nebraska, and he hands it off to Woodall. And Woodall loses a yard on the play.
Well, it looks like the Pirates are choosing to regroup as just a straight handoff to Woodall there. They want to regroup and see if they can do as far as adjustments at the half.
Probably wanted to take a look at what kind of yardage they can gain on the kickoff and then determine what to do from there. Being they're deep in their own territory, they may just run the ball here to get the clock down and get into halftime and regroup. Woodall again picks up close to 4 yards, and we're down to 10 seconds to go before the half.
Yeah, Woodall has been a workhorse for the Pirates offense this half, but now they're down, and we should see Patrick Witt in the second half.
And that will be the end of the half. So what a half it's been here from Pirate Stadium in Wylie. But don't go away. Anything can happen. There's a lot more football coming your way. 43-7, the Rams on top of the Pirates. We'll be back with the second half on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Going against the grain, you, Kevin Johnson, changed high-definition history. You changed the channel. There, you found a hotter selection of HD programming from Time Warner Cable. Movies, sports, nature, even a beautiful fish. And the more lifelike these HD options were, the more you liked it. Mr. Johnson, you not only discovered the power of great HD channels, you discovered the power of you.
Discover the best in HD TV. Call Time Warner Cable today. 972-PIC-TWC.
And welcome back to Pirate Stadium here in Wylie, Texas, where the Berkner Rams have a commanding lead over the Pirates, 43-7. A wonderful halftime show put on by both bands tonight, and it's homecoming here for the Pirates.
Yeah, great time for the Pirates off the field tonight, but they're not having much fun on the field as the brothers Johnson have invited themselves to the homecoming party at Wylie.
Well, word has it that there's been a lot of talk going on, spirited talk all week in Wylie about taking care of business with the Rams tonight. But so far, the only ones doing business are the Rams.
Yeah, it ain't happening that way. It's been all the brothers Johnson, and actually, totally unofficially, I have Justin Johnson with over 130 yards rushing, Josh, the fullback, with over 165 yards rushing in the first half. So they've been really hard to contain for that Wylie defense.
Taking a look at some of the action in the first night of district play in 9-5A, number 10 Plano at number 6 Allen. That surprises me. Plano's rated at number 10 because, man, after the season they had last year. And then, of course, Berkner here at Wylie, number 5 Plano East at Lake Highlands at Wildcat Ram Stadium. And it'll be interesting to see the outcome of that game because, as you mentioned, Herman, the Wildcats have played some formidable foes in their first non-district games of the season.
Right. It's some coaches have that philosophy. We're going to play a light pre-district schedule and have everybody healthy, get some confidence going into the district. Other coaches like to play as tough a competition as they can find. And Plano played some tough teams, and they're really ready for district. Doesn't count, as far as the district standing, so a lot of coaches don't mind going out and taking some risk with really tough pre-district scheduling.
And then over at Old Clark Field up there in North Plano, the Richardson Eagles meeting up with the Plano West Wolves. And so that's what it looks like in District 9-5A this evening. And I'm sure everybody will be anxious across the state after this evening to see how their favorite high school team fared out as we start getting ready for the chase to make it to state.
Right, and Wylie is getting a real welcoming to classification of 5A football, and they're getting it at the top level because Berkner is not only showing that they're one of the best teams in the area. I think with the way they've handled the Wylie Pirates tonight, they're showing that they're one of the top teams in the state, and they showed that last year by going so deep into the playoffs and finally losing. But this is a team that's going to have to be dealt with, not just in this district, but when they get to the playoffs.
Berkner has been on the road for all 4 of its first games, playing Mesquite Horn, then Duncanville, and then 2 weeks ago over at Jesuit, and then tonight here in Allen. They were off last week. Tonight here in Wylie. I'm looking at the upcoming schedule for the Rams. They play Allen next week for their first home game, and that's Berkner's homecoming game, so it'll be an interesting week for them. Of course, so far in the season, Wylie has played Temple, Mesquite, Poteet, and Hebron. And then after this evening, they're over at Richardson to face the Eagles, and then Allen at home, and then up to play Plano, then Plano East, Plano West, and then they round out the season hosting Lake Highlands, and that should be a thunder match here.
Yeah, I think at this point, Lake Highland might be the overlooked team in the district. Again, they've played a very tough three-district schedule. That's going to be a tough place to win in the Boneyard for any of these teams. You know, they have a new coach this year. Coach Gayton is gone, and but a lot of his influence is here at Berkner. We saw Coach Harry Everett earlier with Richardson with his offense, also influenced by the Lake Highland wishbone. So this district is really influenced by what Lake Highlands does, or did in the past anyway, and we're seeing the effects of that tonight with this very prolific Berkner Ram offense.
Let me tell you about some of the games we'll have upcoming this 2006 season on Time Warner Cable Sports. Next week, October 6th, it'll be Hillcrest at Woodrow Wilson. The week after, we'll be over at that Ram Wildcat Stadium, the Boneyard, as Plano will meet Berkner. And then on October 20th, what an exciting game, the 2005 4A State Championship team, Highland Park, against J.J. Pierce over at Mustang Eagles Stadium. October 27th, Lake Highlands in Berkner. November 3rd, Plano and Plano East, and then rounding out the regular season on November 10th, Plano West and the Berkner Rams. So what a season we have for you of high school football in 2006 on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Well, a lot of games to circle on your schedule. One I'd be looking for is that Berkner Ram Lake Highlands game. That's always a backyard brawl, and you can throw out the records on that one. They'll be getting after each other in that game.
That's that crosstown rivalry between the Wildcats and the Rams, both sharing the home stadium, and they go for bragging rights there.
Right.
They call that the Boneyard. Ram Wildcat. Now, I've got to come up with a name here for Pirate Stadium. It's got to be the Cricket or something, because if you were out there in the audience, the crickets are just everywhere up here. Well, they fall out of the sky like missiles.
Yeah, I can see them chasing the lights out here. We're out. You know, Wylie's a little bit away from downtown. It's you know, kind of a wooded area out here, but they've had a good football program, and they're moving up in classification. I think they're getting a little bit of a comeuppance tonight.
The Pirates will receive to open up the second half. It's O'Quinn at his own 4, out across the 20. Bonus yardage as he's taken down. And that was a great tackle by White as he grabbed him at the ankles, textbook tackle, and took him down.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments the Wylie Pirates made at halftime. Coach Howard and his staff obviously would need to make some adjustments both on offense and defense. They had the one good drive in the first half where Patrick Witt was excellent in leading the Pirates to a touchdown, about a 68-yard drive. But other than that, they've been shut down pretty easily by the Berkner Rams.
Patrick Witt to Woodall on the first carry of the second half, and he gets out across the 25-yard line and picks up close to 5 yards on the carry. Lucio on the tackle.
Well, Woodall was a workhorse in the second half. They had in the first half. They have him listed at 6'1". I don't think he's 6'1". There's some liberal measurements sometimes on these programs. I don't think he's 6'1", but he's a tough inside runner.
Saw Campbell and Pankey adding to the defensive stack up, and what a tackle up the middle as Woodall tries to get downfield, and hello, White.
Boy, sometimes you look at a varsity team with the talent that Berkner has, and you wonder how a sophomore like Corey White, number 38, gets on the field. Well, that's how you get on the field. You strap him up and hit somebody like that, and the coach can't keep you on the sideline.
Folks, you don't know how much of an achievement that is for a sophomore to play varsity football on a Friday night for a District 5A game. It's a lot of talent. Witt out on the right side, has a receiver, Barton, and Barton will get the first down for the Pirates out at the 35-yard line.
Boy, very nice patience by Barton. Your watch here is just one of those quick wide out springs. Witt delivers it on time, waits on his block. A lot of receivers, a lot of young receivers at this level don't have that kind of patience, but Barton waited on his block, got the first down. Excellent execution.
And speaking of excellent execution, when you're in a situation like that, needing to pick up first down yardage in your own territory, they executed just the way they needed to continue to push this drive and get some points on the board, because Wylie desperately needs to, on every possession, get something out of it, either a field goal or a touchdown. Woodall, and he is going around the left side for a couple, maybe three.
Well, and the thing you notice right away is that Wylie is staying within their game plan, staying within their offense. Looked like a little bit of confusion. Witt saw something in the defense that he thought would be able to get Woodall outside. So they're sticking with their game plan, just trying to win as many opportunities in the second half as they can win.
9:41 in the third period of play at Pirate Stadium. And it is just a beautiful evening for high school football. Witt fires it, and that time Barton couldn't hold on to it. Hit him in the hands, and that would have been good for a Pirate first down, but now they'll have 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it's tough. He hasn't been off target much tonight, and Witt is showing why. He is indeed one of the top passers in the country. Just a great pass right where you want it to be, and Barton just couldn't come up with it that time. Barton's a senior. You gotta make plays when you're down like this, and at this time Witt not getting a lot of help from his wideouts.
And number 21, Eric Redmond, said, "Hello, just want you to know I'm out here, baby. You come out here, there's going to be some big hitting going on." Witt on the option, left side, picks up 3, and that'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Pirates.
Yeah, Witt hasn't been a big threat running the ball. He's a big rangy kid. He's a big target out there for that quick Berkner defense. They're flying around. They're making plays all over the field, and Witt that time not able to pick up the first down.
Finn will punt. Justin Johnson should or will go deep to receive it for the Rams. And they just want to be sure that the fake is not on. And it is on. The short snap, and the Pirates get the first down.
Right, great play that time by number 10 for Wylie, Austin Atwell. He gets in behind his blockers, and he powers his way to the first down.
Executed well. Johnson was creeping up at the linebacker spot to watch for it. Then he backed off for the punt, and the short snap came up to Atwell, and he got the first down. Still 3 yards short of midfield, but the Pirates are alive. Woodall in the backfield with Patrick Witt, and Woodall with the ball trying to work the left side, and he gets punished as he only gets 2 yards on the carry.
Boy, I was looking at the line play that time, and watch 99 Adrian Campbell gets blocked here. He's getting double teamed. He's getting pushed out of there. Great block by 74 for Wylie, Taylor Huddleston. And Adrian Campbell not liking that, having a little bit to say about that after the play, but great block, not a lot of yardage. But they are handling the heavily recruited Adrian Campbell.
Witt on second down, throwing, it's complete to O'Quinn, and he's going to take it into the end zone for the Pirates. A nice pass pattern, looked like he was on the post, number 80, Tyler O'Quinn on a 53-yard reception.
Boy, that shows a great touch by Patrick Witt to put that ball right in the middle of the field, right on the hands of Tyler O'Quinn, and he does the rest. Good speed to outrun the Berkeley secondary that's giving them fits all night.
And the Pirates did a good job of working some of the short dives and drives. And here we go with the passing game. Again, mixing up their offense well. And the fake on the left side, the carry into the end zone will be Atwell, and he'll pick up the 2-point conversion for the Pirates.
Well, that's a great opening drive for the first half for the Wylie Pirates. They come out, they're real patient, they get the fourth down try. They have gained the momentum in this half already. They got a big hill to climb, a lot of points to catch up, but that was a great first drive. And on the replay, it's just Witt just dropping back the same coverage that Berkeley was in earlier, where they were taking chances underneath. This time it burns them because O'Quinn just outruns them, catches it in the middle of the field, and just outruns the defense to the end zone.
8 plays and 73 yards later, well, 76 yards, corrected by our statistician, Bruce Wiseman. Thank you, buddy. Doing a great job gathering all the facts and statistics. Still a great drive, and 8 points is the result for the Wylie Pirates. And it was by number 80, O'Quinn, and the magic must be with him because if I remember correctly, he was crowned king at halftime of the homecoming court. So it's a magical night for Mr. O'Quinn.
Well, yeah, they had a good time at the half. They come out and take a little bit of that halftime momentum into the game, and Mr. O'Quinn showed a lot of speed on that catch and run for the Wylie Pirates.
Yeah, but they're going to need a pumpkin and some mice here in the second half to catch up because it's 43-15. The Rams still with a commanding lead. An onside kick, and it was last touched by a Pirate going out of bounds, but it'll remain in possession of the Rams.
Well, Coach Howard showing a lot of ability to take that risk on those onside kicks. A lot of confidence in his special teams, as some coaches do. They work on that very hard. That was an opportunity for the Wylie Pirates to get the ball back, but it didn't quite bounce their way. But good effort, good try.
Number 3, Shivers for the Ram. He had the shivers. He touched that one and thought he was going to lose it. But fortunate for him and his team, they'll maintain possession at their own 39. Fake punt, onside kick. Pirates are pulling out all the stops to try and pull in a district win tonight. Here's Thomas on the pitch on the right side. Picks up a block and a first down. He's out across midfield into Pirate territory, knocked down close to the 35-yard line. They'll spot it at the 36.5.
Boy, that's just great feet by Thomas. He has great feet. He's showing everything tonight. And again, Justin Johnson is running this offense. He gets the defense to come in and look at him. Then he pitches it outside to Thomas. Thomas makes good moves with his feet. He is very quick, very elusive once he gets the ball.
24 yards on the carry for number 4, Nick Thomas, who will see action with Josh Johnson again next year because he's only a junior. Justin Johnson on the keep, goes to the left side, scampers and dances his way down to the 25. And he picks up another first down before being brought down by number 7 of the Pirates, Polo Tillman.
Yeah, and you watch Justin Johnson, he's very patient. He makes the right decision, very patient out in the middle of the field where people are shooting at him. They're anticipating where he's going to be, and he moves back. And again, at the end of the play, he always gets a little bit feisty at the end of that play. He doesn't just accept going down. He's going to give you the defensive shot or a little bit.
So the Pirates capitalizing on some mistakes on behalf of the Rams, trying to put 7 more on the board and continue to generate some positive aspects for their team heading into district play. Some big games coming their way. And it was knocked down on the coverage by number 81, Preston Martinez. Excuse me, that'll be 21. That'll be Eric Redmond. I thought it was number 81. Just caught that one off of the side there.
Well, yeah, and the way you get back in games is you take advantage of opportunities and you create your own opportunities. And Wylie has been doing a little bit of both. Berkeley has given them some opportunities, and they've created some of their own.
With the throw, comes out on the left side. And this time he goes to Duvall, but he slides down on the turf and loses a yard on the play.
Yeah, Witt has shown that he is an accurate quarterback. He has been on target most of the night. That time his receiver just slipped trying to do something extra. And now it's 4th down, another big play for the Wylie Pirates.
Patrick Witt, heading for Nebraska in the Big 12 next year. Already committed. Back to throw, flag down, pass out on the left side to Woodall. Woodall has some running room on the sideline. One man to beat, and he takes a big hit out of bounds. And that's going to come back because the penalty will be against the Pirates.
Boy, that was set up very nicely by Witt. Yeah, too bad it's going to come back, but it was set up very nicely by Witt as he rolled to his right and threw back to Woodall. They had set that up very nicely. Very good play, but it looks like it's going to cost them if that penalty goes against Wylie. And the Berkeley Rams are applauding, so it looks like it's going to be coming back.
So a 25-yard gain for the Pirates on the carry by Mallory Woodall is negated by the penalty.
Well, critical penalties for both teams tonight. I hadn't been tracking penalties, but both teams have made mistakes at critical moments.
I believe the hit was put on by number 9, Justin Collins. It'll be a holding call. And they decline the holding, and they will take the illegal motion call. It'll move him back 5 yards, and it'll be 4th and 13 for Wylie at the Ram 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like there were 2 flags, and the holding was downfield, so instead of taking that one, they take the other penalty, the motion call.
And at this juncture of the game, you got to go for everything. With the throw, and it's intercepted out at the 50-yard line. And the interception is number 21, Eric Redmond, who's had a big defensive game. Excuse me, that'll be 28, Jeremy Green. And he picked it off at the 40-yard line as we watched Green's interception.
Boy, and Witt has been really careful with the ball. That's a lot of air under the ball. It's against the wind. And you've got the Burtner secondary looking at you. So when you put a lot of air under that ball like that and you throw it back high to the strong side of the field, you give the defense a lot of time to run under that ball, and that's what happened on that play.
Number 64, Steven Anderson, came downfield and stopped Green, or he was going to go all the way. He's got tremendous speed.
Yeah,
and now we've got flags flying everywhere on the first down play by the Rams.
Yeah, getting a little chippy out there. Big lead by the Berkeley Rams, but we've seen this happen in the game with them before. Last year they were playing Lake Highlands, and that game got a little chippy. But you can kind of understand that it's a crosstown rivalry, but district games have that flavor. Berkeley wants to send a message to the district. Hey, we're the top dog in this district. They got a lot of other dogs trying to make a statement. Plano East. Plano East had a big win against Garland, which is one of the top-ranked teams in the state. So they're trying to send a message here to the district.
I think one of the things that put some spirit in their belly, too, was hearing about the talk around town in Wylie all week of how they were going to take care of the Rams. And I think that gave the Rams some momentum, and it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Wylie and an ejection. And they're going to eject number 21 from the Pirates, and that'll be Shelton Thigpen, the 5'11", 175-pound senior, who has been a factor for this Pirate team all night.
Yeah, he got talked to by the officials earlier in the game on a penalty, and you know, some kids have that fight in them, but it's sport. You just have to recognize what's important to your team, and tonight Mr. Thigpen is getting a lesson in that.
Nick Thomas carrying room on the left side, almost eludes the tackle by number 37, Wade Bennett, and he saved a touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Thomas showing that running back ability. He gets outside. He's showing a little shake out here, changes the ball into his left hand, his outside arm, and boy, that's the first time I've seen somebody get an arm on a leg and knock him down tonight.
And this has to look good for Coach Ledford, because you wonder what you're going to do if something happens to Justin Johnson. He had Bowman in. Bowman got hurt and went out, and here we go with Thomas, who's a junior, will be back next year. So this is exciting for the Rams to see them become productive with Thomas at the helm at quarterback. Thomas, the handoff up the middle to Josh Johnson, fights his way across the 20. He's still going, and Johnson's in the end zone for his third touchdown of the evening. What a rushing night for Josh Johnson. And I might be corrected by the truck. Is that 4 for him? That's 4 for Josh Johnson.
Boy, that's just incredible power from this young man. Incredible power. It just shows you all of that summer work, lifting the weights, doing the squats. That's just all power.
His 4th rushing touchdown, 25 yards. The one I forgot was the pitch from his brother downfield when they both ran about 30 yards on a 63-yard gain and touchdown. Zach Olin up, and he's good. And so the Rams continue to pile it on in their commanding lead, 50-15.
And we'll watch the offensive line for Berkner just fire off the ball. They're getting off the ball, and once they get it into Josh Johnson, he's not quitting. You got to tackle him if you're the Wylie Pirates, and they don't get him down, and he's going to keep running and gets into the end zone. Just great show of power and strength, great blocking up front by the Berkner Ram offensive line.
You have to wrap them up. Youngsters out there, if you're going to play football, you can't arm tackle. You got to wrap them up and get them down at the legs and pull them down. That's the only way you're going to tackle a runner like Josh Johnson. He's got too much body strength, leg strength, and power. The only way you're going to take him down is to tie up his legs.
Unofficially, I have Josh over 200 yards rushing tonight. Very unofficial because I'm trying to do this as we do the game, but I have him over 200 yards rushing, which is another prolific night. His brother, Justin, went out with about 130 yards rushing. So they have been just a pain for the Wylie defense tonight. Both brothers unable to be stopped by Wylie.
9:47 to go in the ball game, and a lot of the fans are starting to file out as it looks unreachable for the Wylie Pirates. Number 87 will kick. Excuse me, that'll be Olin, number 97. And he gets a deep one off that's picked up almost into the end zone by the Pirates by way of number 20. And I don't have him on my card. We'll have to check out to see who that is for
All right,
you.
so it's O'Quinn. It's number 80.
Oh, is he 80?
Yeah, it's
Folks,
80.
we apologize. Sometimes up here with the jerseys wrinkling, it's hard to see the numbers. Do the best we can for you. But it was O'Quinn, number 80, and he had an 18-yard return on the play.
Well, he's made some great catches tonight. That was another great catch on that kickoff. You can almost recognize him by his hand. That was a great over-the-shoulder catch on the kickoff, and he has good speed, but just not a lot of room on that kick return.
So Patrick Witt has 9 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock to work with to try to put some more points on the board. Here comes Woodall carrying around the left side, and he doesn't get far as number 32 is there to meet him for the Rams.
Right, and I mistook Woodall's physical stature. He's 5'8", 175. That's what they have him listed. I know he didn't look 6'1", but he's 5'8", and he's a lot of power, and he's had the lion's share of the carry for the Wylie Pirates tonight. Great workhorse back.
Joel Nelson on the tackle, if I have the number right. They're switching in a lot of players now to give them experience, so we'll try to keep up with them. Witt to throw. Out on the left side, picks up his receiver, Nally, and Nally is close to a first down, about a yard short, and there's a flag on the play.
When the Wylie Pirates like to get the ball out to their receivers in space, let them make a move, and most of their receivers do a good job of that. They're working against a really quick, really seasoned Berkner Ram defense, and they're getting good pickups after the catch.
It'll be a face mask call on the Rams. Now it will depend on if it was intentional or incidental, and it's a 5-yard mark-off, so it's an incidental face mask, but it'll result in a first down for the Pirates. Pirates at their own 36-yard line. Witt to throw again, comes out to Nally, and Nally doing a good job getting the ball and getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Good clock management. He'll be a yard short of another Pirate first down.
Yeah, and that's a play you have to complete in this offense. If they're going to give you that in this spread offense, this run and shoot, then the quarterback, that should be almost an automatic. Still 8 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, and you have to be able, as skilled players, to complete that, and they've been able to take advantage of that.
Witt will carry. He gets the first down and close to midfield. They'll spot the ball near the 49-yard line, and it looks like we have a marking of a turnover. No, they're moving the chains down. I thought the official on the far side was signaling a turnover, but it wasn't apparent to me from up here, even this far away. 3 yards on the carry. First down for the Pirates. And they're moving the ball well here, mixing it up, a little bit of running and passing. Patrick Witt, Woodall up the middle, and he struggles and picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, Woodall has been just grinding it out for the Pirates. They have to keep the defense honest, even though I know it's 50-15. Now the coach is thinking about staying within his offense. You saw when Witt tried to force the ball in that last drive, threw the ball up for grabs, and so he's going back to staying within his offense, keeping the ball moving, keeping the chains moving.
Witt, all by himself, breaks loose, and he's inside the Ram 20-yard line. And are they going to call that a fumble? We'll wait to see.
No, the official is spotting him
they're
right
just
there.
going to spot him right there, knee down. And another flag, and this one is going to come back on the Pirates. A huge mistake, as the Pirates had a big gain on the carry by Patrick Witt.
Boy, that offensive line for Wylie and just the whole offense has been making a lot of mistakes, and this is another costly mistake by the Wylie Pirates.
37-yard run by Witt is negated by holding, and that may be why he sprung loose. Some holding on the middle of the line.
There's a good chance. No, it doesn't look, oh, well, I guess there's the one where couldn't get the number, but he had him wrapped up behind his back. And Witt doing something you don't like to see a kid do. You're out in front. You don't look back at the defense. You protect that ball and keep running, but didn't matter, doesn't count.
2nd and 10. O'Quinn receives the ball at the 50-yard line and is dragged out of bounds at the Ram 43.
Yeah, very close to a first down. Looks like a pickup of about 15 yards for Witt. And O'Quinn has been the big gun tonight. They had the touchdown pass early in the game for 52 yards. So trying to get it to his playmakers, still fighting for any points, any production they can get on offense.
Ben Romanowski was on the defensive play, and if that sounds familiar, Bill Romanowski is his uncle. And a first down is gained by Witt. 7 minutes, and 34 seconds left to go in the ball game here at Pirate Stadium. And the Pirates keeping their drive alive. Witt standing at the Ram 41, throws on the right side. O'Quinn works towards the sideline, and he'll pick up close to another Pirate first down. The official standing right at the marker.
Boy, Witt makes
the spot
another.
is. No, they're going to call it 2nd and short.
He picks up that receiver over there, makes a good decision, throws it to the open man, not trying to force anything. Time not with them as they're down 50-15, but staying within the offense, taking what the defense gives them.
O'Quinn lined up on the left side, and now he looks to throw on the right side. And it's Barton was the intended receiver. He came popped by Trust.
There's still a lot of games left in this district, even though the Pirates are down in this one. Doesn't look like they'll be able to come back, but a lot of games left in district, so Coach Howard's trying to keep his offense with some confidence to get another touchdown here.
Saw number 19, Barton, come off the field as he was dazed a little bit by that hit, and Patrick Witt will get the first down. on the carry. He only had a few inches to go on the third down play, but he gets it inside the 20.
He's done that several times on 3rd and short, kept the ball and ran for the first down himself. He's done that a lot of times.
At the Ram 19, 6:59 to go in the ball game here at Pirate Stadium. Trailing by a bunch. Here comes Witt in the Pirates, and he's got the pass complete over on the left side. And it's to number 9, Nally, Chris Nally, who's had several receptions this evening. Nally gets pushed out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
Well, you can see why a lot of schools are recruiting Witt. He did already commit to Nebraska. He has the big arm. Gets it over there to the sideline, and you got to be able to make that throw at not only at this level, but the next level also.
First and goal for the Pirates in the 8th play of the drive. Here it is. Witt on the left side. He's got the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. Patrick Witt. Boy, he had determination all the way down on this drive. And I think he's lucky the official didn't see that little move there. Celebration. So Witt takes it in and gets some positive momentum going by way of the Wylie Pirates.
Yeah, and that's what Wylie is looking for. They've got another district game next week, so you want to have some confidence going into that game that Patrick Witt can put some points up on the board. And he's put up some points tonight against a really, really strong Berkner defense.
Pirates will go for 2. Woodall in motion. Witt, the pitch to Woodall, and he is stopped short. We've got a flag on the play.
It looks like the way Nally is reacting, he's the guy that did whatever the deed was, and it was a hold, and he's shaking his head. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. But did cost him 2 points. He didn't get in anyway. As we watch the touchdown again, Witt not known for his running, good fake, keeps the ball, big kid with some power, just lowers his shoulders and gets in the end zone, showing that he has some toughness.
So with 6:43 to go in the ball game, the Pirates are able to put a drive together and close the gap. It's only a 29-point lead now, 50-21. This is an exclusive presentation of Time Warner Cable Sports. Tonight's telecast is intended solely for Time Warner Cable customers. Any use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Time Warner Cable and the schools involved is strictly prohibited. A lot of action coming your way on Comcast in the upcoming season. And next week, you can see there, we'll have Hillcrest at Woodrow Wilson. That's Friday, October 6th at Franklin Field. And a lot of great high school football games coming your way on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Yeah, if any of these other district games are like this one, you know these kids are ready to battle for those 4 playoff spots. This is the time you have to strap it on when it hits district, and I think the Wylie Pirates have found that out tonight.
Justin Nesmith on the onside kick, and the Pirates recover. 2 Rams had a chance, and Nesmith does a good job, gets a good bounce, and the Pirates have the ball. Well executed, and the officials, I'm waiting to see where they spot it.
Well, they've tried it 3 times, and they had the opportunity one other time to get it, and this time they pulled it off. Just great execution by the Wylie Pirate onside kick group.
Still a lot of fight left in these Pirates. 50-21, they're not giving up.
Well, this district is going to be close. I mean, this game isn't very close, but this district is going to be close, and there may be some games where they need to get onside kicks and keep fighting at the end of the game. So that's what Coach Howard is trying to instill in his team.
Witt will carry. He gets inside the Ram 35 down to the 34 if they give it to him that far. No, they'll spot it at the 35.
Well, he is something else. He's very tenacious running the ball. Gets another 7 yards. I have him up over 110 yards for the game. Just a really powerful, stockily built back that gets extra yards.
Second down. With the throw on the left side. Finds one of his favorite receivers, Chris Nally. And that will be a Wylie first down.
And that time, Witt showing the little snap in that wrist. I mean, that's got that really good release. And, you know, Nebraska, the coach up there, the coach that came out of the New England system, so I'm sure he likes what he sees out of this kid.
On the first down play, Witt rolls to the right, throws to the right. O'Quinn close to another Pirate first down.
Not a lot of quitting this Pirate football team. Mr. Witt is still throwing the ball all over the field. He hits it to the outside to O'Quinn, who's been the big receiver for him tonight. But he keeps throwing that ball with confidence.
Witt and O'Quinn move the chains down to the Ram 18. And the fight out of the heart of O'Quinn is what got him that first down. Witt. He'll carry up the middle, and he scampers and stumbles and picks up 3 yards on the carry, maybe 4.
And, you know, Berkner might not have been ready for that. We haven't seen Witt run a lot in the early games. Hadn't rushed the ball that much, but he's showing it to Berkner tonight, something they hadn't seen and hadn't prepared for. He's a better than average runner with the ball.
Wylie has all 3 of their timeouts. The clock winds down to 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Here's the play. Woodall, the handoff, a great run and another Pirate first down inside the 10-yard line. And that'll stop the clock as they move the chains. Witt looks to the sideline for the call. And the Pirates have really generated some positive offense here, pretty much dominating in the fourth quarter. And even though they've been down by more than 30 points, they're generating something to take on and continue in district play. First and goal. Here comes Witt, looks for some room on the right side, gets inside the 5, fights his way down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he's showing some really good running skills, running with great power, you know, being tenacious, not going down. I mean, he's showing the district tonight that he's going to be something to reckon with in the rest of the district race.
Second down play. 2 yards for 7, and they had motion on the right back. He jumped just a little bit. And I think it was Woodall, number 2, was lined up on the right side of Witt, and you just saw him ever so slightly lunge forward. I was wondering if the official was going to catch that, and he did, so that'll back him up 5. Second and goal. 7 yards for the TD.
Witt hadn't had a lot of big completions tonight. He had the one long pass to O'Quinn. Everything else has been under 20 yards. But it just shows you his accuracy and his patience with the offense.
Witt looking to throw. He's got a man in the end zone, and it's defended well by the Rams.
Well, that really was good coverage. Can't see the number over there, but to cover a receiver on a double move like that in the end zone by that Berkner defender over there was pretty good.
Matt Carr, another junior. A lot of juniors out here tonight. 6'5", 185 pounds. And now we've got a Ram down on the field, as you can see. Had several of them down tonight. And this could be cramps. And that's what it looks like this late in the game. That's Justin Collins. 3:54 to go in the game. Want to remind you that you can catch tonight's game on Time Warner TV 14 in Plano and Richardson this Saturday at noon and 3 p.m., Sunday at noon and 7 p.m., and on Monday at 7 p.m. Or you can see it anytime beginning October 3rd on Time Warner Digital Cable On Demand. Just follow the menu to On Demand, Get Local, and High School Sports. Catch your favorite local sports anytime, day or night, on Time Warner Cable On Demand, and it's free to all Time Warner Digital Cable customers. And don't forget, next week on Time Warner Cable Sports, we'll be in Dallas at Franklin Field to bring you the District 13 4A matchup between Hillcrest and Woodrow Wilson. Also, this game will air on channel 960, available to all digital cable subscribers anywhere in the Dallas metro area, Sunday at 8 and at 4 p.m., and Monday at noon and 8 p.m. That's channel 960.
And it looks like in this one, Jeff, Witt is up over 200 yards passing for the game. He's thrown the ball all over the field, screens, throwing a deep fade here. Oh, great.
Witt on
great
the
touch.
fade in the corner to Barton, and the Pirates have generated another 6, but there's a flag down on the field. And let's see what the call is. Maybe pass interference.
Like
It's going to be
offside.
against the Rams. It'll be offsides and it'll be declined. And the score will count on the pass from Witt to Barton.
Boy, Witt showed great touch on that deep fade route. Just dropped it in over the defender. Actually pretty good coverage for most of the play. And the defender was playing the ball, and Witt just dropped it over his shoulder right into the hands of Barton. Made a great catch.
Another 2-point surprise. And the package was opened early. They didn't get it into the end zone. So that'll bring us 50-27 as we take a look at the touchdown from Witt to Barton one more time.
You got to be impressed by Patrick Witt. Gets good protection here, not a lot of pressure. Just stands there and puts it right where it has to be, just out of the reach of the defender, into the hands of Barton there in the corner of the end zone. Just a great throw and catch by the Wylie Pirates. They've come back in the fourth quarter, put up a lot of points. 50-27 looks a lot better than 50-15, which was what it was at one point.
And the key thing for Coach Howard and the Pirates is that they've generated some good offense here in the fourth quarter of play. Something you can take into this week in your practices and build on, because the schedule is just difficult all the way through. You really can't say there's any slough games.
Right, they've got to get ready for next week. They're another district game. They have to let this be a lesson learned, and they're playing the number 1 ranked team in their district, Berkner. And again, there are 3 other teams ranked in the top 10 in District 9 5A. So it's going to be like this all year long. This is what you signed up for.
They'll face the Richardson Eagles next week, and the Rams will face Allen at home for the first time in 2006. They've been on the road for their first 4 games over 5 weeks this year. Another onside kick, and this one's going to be picked up by Wylie. That's 2 in a row, and some beautiful kicks by number 43, Justin Nesmith of the Pirates. Well, I tell you what, he gets a great bounce by the time it gets to the first receiving member of the return team, and then there she goes.
And I don't know, Josh Johnson is out there talking to the officials about something. Not sure. I guess he's on the good hands team, but hands weren't good enough for that onside kick, and finally goes to the sideline. But yeah, another great execution by the Wylie Pirates special teams. They've gotten another onside kick, another break here and there. It'd be a different ball game.
Just goes to show you what special teams can do for you. 3 minutes, 47 seconds. The Pirates didn't use a whole lot of time in the last drive to score. And they can do it again here. Scoring in 2 points. They can bring it up to 34 or 35.
Oh, good fake.
And here we go with Witt carrying again. And I'd have gone out of bounds right there, but he gets the first down. That'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
Right, not sure why he didn't go on and run out of bounds there. Would have been a good play, but a great hand or ball fake, and Witt showing that he can run with the ball. He's getting close to over 75 yards rushing for the game. So, yeah, he's been just a one-man wrecking crew here in the second half.
13-yard gain, 1st and 10. Witt to throw on the left side to Barton. And they'll say that he made the reception at the Ram 28-29-yard line. And now we'll have a timeout called by the Wylie Pirates as the clock nears 3:19 to go.
Yeah, and again, Witt hasn't thrown the ball deep that much. I mean, even the 52-yard pass that O'Quinn caught was only about a 20-yard pass downfield. So all of the balls that he's thrown has been within that 20-yard range. But he's got a gun. He zips it all over the place.
Tonight's game's brought to you by Mr. Jim's Pizza with the freshest toppings, prime ingredients, and delicious crust. Mr. Jim's Pizza is perfect anytime. Call your neighborhood pizza place Mr. Jim's. And a special thanks tonight to the Wylie, the downtown Wylie Mr. Jim's, for their providing pizza for our crew. It's a feast. I love it. So the next time you're out here in the northeast suburban area of the Dallas Metroplex, stop and see beautiful downtown Wylie and go by and have some Mr. Jim's.
I missed the Mr. Jim's. I was in the traffic coming into the game. There's a lot of traffic coming into this stadium tonight. But
here's Witt doing a major part of the workload here this evening for the Pirates, and he gets the first down.
it looks like there was some confusion, but Witt did, what you want you guys to do, hold on to the ball and make the first down.
Ram defense has to be getting tired. They've been on the field just about the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, there's still some first-team guys in there. Still see Adrian Campbell on the field. So he's still playing. This isn't against the second team for Berkner.
And once the chains are moved, the clock continues to click, now down to 3 minutes. And the pass is complete to O'Quinn, and he gets knocked out of bounds after picking up 3 yards on the reception.
And this is a passing offense that they have stayed in their game plan. A couple of occasions, Witt tried to force the ball, got one picked off where he just kind of lofted it up in the air. But for the most part, they've stayed within their offense, picking the openings, taking advantage of what the Berkner defense gives them.
Quinn did a good job of getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Just under 3 minutes. It stopped at 2:59. Here's Witt. He's got a running lane up the middle, and he's knocked down by Steve Trust. And that'll stop the clock again on the first down carry. That's a 10-yard pickup.
Witt has shown me a lot tonight. I didn't know about the running ability, had heard about the passing ability, but didn't know about the running ability. He's getting closer to 100 yards rushing tonight and over 200 yards passing.
Pirates still can pick up another first down if they get inside the 3. Here's the pitch. It's dropped, but Woodall picks it up. Excuse me. It's not Woodall on the carry. It's number 20 on the carry for the Pirates, and that is Cody Mayberry. 5'5" senior getting a chance to handle the ball.
Yeah,
got a good bounce.
Yeah, got a good bounce. Just dribbled it up, kept going. Looks like they're giving Mallory Woodall a rest. He's been a tough workhorse for him all night.
And the Pirates trying to score again to make it respectable. 2:10 as the clock starts to wind down. Witt will carry, gets to the 10-yard line, and they'll call him at forward progress at that point.
It didn't get much on that, and now you kind of wonder why they aren't throwing the ball, more often. Even though Witt had some success, now time is an issue. And they call timeout. They got some winded guys on offense and some winded guys on defense out there now.
Pirates call timeout with 1:59 to go in the ball game. We want to thank the schools this evening for allowing Time Warner Cable Sports to be here. We'd like to thank Coach Bill Howard of Wylie and Coach Jim Ledford at Berkner. And also thank the Wylie Athletic Director, Mark Ball, for all his help, and the facilities manager here at Pirate Stadium, Scott Terry. Thank you so much for all you've done for us. And also the continued support we always receive from the Richardson Athletic Director, Bob Doobie. Thank you very much for all you do to assist us with the telecast here on Time Warner Sports.
Well, the Wylie Pirates didn't give up in the second half. They've put up some points. They've owned the fourth quarter as far as offensive production has gone. But game kind of changed when Justin Johnson went out of the game. He put up his 50 points, and I guess he went to the sideline.
The Rams building up a big lead is what has benefited them from this onslaught of offense from the Pirates. course, the Rams getting a lot of play time for some of their other players in there tonight that they may need down the road. Here's Witt. And he's got it off to Woodall, and he's into the end zone. Number 2, Mallory Woodall. That was an 11-yard reception and touchdown pass from Witt to Woodall. And I imagine they'll go for 2 points here.
Very well executed play by Witt. He looked the defense off, threw it back to Woodall coming out of the backfield, and Woodall takes it in for the touchdown.
And Herman, that was their second touchdown drive, this time from the 49 off of an onside kick. There's 1:53 to go. They can do it again. I fully expect them to try it. They've been so successful. 2-point conversion attempt here. And the pass goes awry as the holder, Austin Atwell, rolls out to the right trying to find anybody to throw it to. And it goes out of bounds. Let's take a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, as you watch Witt set up, he's setting up the defense. He's got them all looking to his right, and the whole Berkner defense pursues that way. And Woodall out here with blocks gets in the end zone as he crushes into the end zone on the last tackle.
Okay, for the Rams, you need to have guys with stick-em all over their fingers on the front line, because you know the Pirates, what do they got to lose? They've already got 2 onside kicks in a row. They're going to go for 3. 50-33 is our score, and the Pirates have mustered some offense together to close the gap that was so huge going into the fourth quarter. 1:53 to go in the ball game.
It's been an entertaining second half for the Wylie homecoming crowd, as Wylie has put up 18 unanswered points here in the second half. So we know what's coming. Berkner knows what's coming, and I know what's going to happen next week for Berkner special teams. Coach Letcher's going to have them working on those special teams.
Number 43, Justin Nesmith, the kicker for the Wylie Pirates. And he's setting up to do it again. He's had some tremendous bounces when it goes 10 yards. And this time the Rams will recover and gain possession of the ball. And it's been 18 unanswered points, Herman, because the Ram offense hasn't been on the ball for about 10, 12 minutes.
Right. And that's a tough deal when you're on the receiving team. That ball could bounce anyway. That time he got a good hop and got on it for Berkner. But the last 2 times, that ball's taking funny bounces for the Wylie Pirates.
It was number 36, Moore, who had the hot hands to hold on to it for the Rams. They'll have it in Pirate territory at the Pirate 47. 1:52 to go on the clock, and I think I'd drive it. We're going to keep it on the ground, but we want to maybe get a first down here and even score. Let's go for it. Here they go. Thomas on the left side. He protects the ball, gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Pirates only have 1 timeout left. Berkner has 2, but the clock continues to wind down.
Yeah, it looks like there's some second-team offensive linemen in there for Berkner. They're just getting some kids some playing time. He's got the big lead. It's late in the game, clock running out. Want to protect the ball here and get home and get this first district win.
Appreciate you joining us on Time Warner Cable Sports, and hope you'll do it each week throughout the 2006 high school football season, as we'll have some great coverage for you. Josh Johnson still in the game, tacking up yardage. Picks up close to 4 yards on the second down play.
Yeah, Josh well over 200 yards rushing for the night. Just an excellent effort from him. Early in the game, he had the run for 57 yards, and then he had a run for 55 yards. He shows you how this offense can be very, very prolific in terms of scoring with those quick openers and his great speed.
And a host of Ram substitutions coming in for the third down play. And as you said, Herman, they're trying to give a lot of guys of experience here. Now just under 30 seconds to go. The Rams have 2 more plays to work with. Here's the handoff on the left side, and the ball carrier stays inbounds to keep the clock running. And it was number 6, Clarence Abraham, the junior, on the play. And for some reason, the clock has stopped at 16, and it'll be because the Pirates have called their last timeout. And
Well,
the Rams have a 4th down play coming, and they just need to eat up 16 seconds.
Yeah, fourth down, and obviously Wylie wants the ball back to try that vaunted 17-point play, I guess. But I don't know where they're going to get that one from. But they fought hard in this second half, and I guess Coach Howard says, hey, my team deserves the opportunity to get their hands on the ball one more time.
Well, the Pirates have a lot of good weapons. You've got Patrick Witt, the quarterback, and, of course, Chris Nally has been out there catching the ball all night along with Tyler O'Quinn. A lot of receptions. They've got Mitch Barton. They've got Austin Atwell. And then they lost a receiver to an injury last week.
Yeah,
so
Gibbons,
that's affected their game.
Right, Gibbons is out for the season. And Witt has shown, though, tonight that he has enough weapons to be effective. He can also run the ball. I didn't understand or didn't realize that he was as prolific a runner as he is. He has some skills rushing the ball, but he's shown a lot with his arm tonight.
Thomas, on what may be the last play of the game, gets stuffed and fumbles the ball, and it won't matter. It'll be Pirate ball, but they'll have 10 seconds to work with.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of
and now we've got a flag as
the
Ram temperament gets a little bit hot out there.
A little bit of chippiness out there. Coach is getting the player off. There's a flag on the field. There's also a player down for Berkner. You don't like to see that at the end of the game.
So the Pirates will have 10 seconds to try and put more points on the board. And as I mentioned, they've got plenty of weapons. They've got a lethal quarterback in Witt, and they've got those receivers that can get out there quick. So you possibly could even get off 2 plays. No timeouts left, so you're going for the side.
Yeah, you'd like, looks like someone was thrown out of the game for Berkner. You don't like to see that at the end of the game. Sure, the district will be in touch with them if the UIL is not in touch with them about some of these penalties. We'll listen to looks like 2 players were actually ejected from the game because of the last play. So that's something that the coaches don't want to see. But, things happen in district games like that, and it's a battle.
The spirits really get high from here on out. And so we're quickly coming to a conclusion here in what seems like a game that's been a long game. When you get these teams that pass in the spread offense, the clock stops every time on an incompletion. Plus, we've had several injuries here tonight, so this one's been unusually long.
Well, and as far as Wylie, you're on your home field, and Berkner comes in and they play with like a chip on their shoulder. They're the big dog in the district. They want to show that when they come out and go to other teams' home courts, and they play with a chip on their shoulder. There have been a lot of personal foul penalties. They're a tough bunch of kids, and you better strap it on when you play the Berkner Rams for the full 60 minutes. And unfortunately, here at the end of the game, there's been some extracurricular activity that you don't like to see at the end of the game. And you just let the clock run out and nobody gets hurt. But unfortunately, there's a kid down on the field for Berkner.
And you've got Coach Ledford and some of the other coaches out there at the 45-yard line. And it looks like they may be carting him off the field. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I can see him moving his extremities, so that's a good thing right there when you see him move their feet or move their hands. So I don't know what the injury is, but they're bringing out some other medical personnel, possibly maybe even the doctor here from Wylie. I'm not sure who, but they've called some people out to take a look at the player.
And I'm not sure the officials are talking to the coaches. They may call the game. I'm not sure, but
all right, well, we've got a break on the field. We're going to take a break as they sort things out, so don't go away. We'll be back with the conclusion of tonight's game between the Rams and the Pirates. Berkner 50, Wylie 33. We'll be right back on Time Warner Cable Sports.
With anticipation, you, Jill Beeler, walked into that video store for the very last time. for you had discovered movies on demand from Time Warner Cable. Hundreds of hit movies right in your own home without the hassle or late fees. You returned that movie and gave the video store the long wave goodbye. Ms. Beeler, you not only discovered the power to watch hit movies on your time, you discovered the power of you.
Discover the power of digital cable with movies on demand. Call Time Warner Cable today. 972-PIC-TWC.
At Stadium, it was Nick Thomas, number 4, injured on the play. He's still on the field, and they are going to be taking him to the hospital. We don't know the extent of his injuries. I could see him moving his extremities, so our hope and prayers are with him that it's not serious, and he'll make a recovery. The officials, with 10 seconds on the clock, have decided because of the injury and the time it's going to take to get him off the field to just halt the game. So we appreciate you joining us on Time Warner Cable Sports. It'll be a wrap here. For Jeff Tokar and Herman Graham Chapman and the entire Time Warner Sports crew, thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll come back and be with us again next week for Hillcrest and Woodrow Wilson. The Rams win it over the Wylie Pirates, 50-33. I'm Jeff Tokar. Until next time, so long.
Made even better by high definition, you, Billy Thomas, paused at an athlete of a higher calling. Then you paused for a different calling, the call of the wild. In that moment, you found the clarity of HD and the total control of DVR from Time Warner Cable. Mr. Thomas, you not only discovered the power of HD DVR, you discovered the power of you.
Call now and discover the convenience and power of HD DVR service. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.